What is going on, everybody? What's up, David? I see you in the chat. Taking a guess right off the bat that everyone's going to be late. They always are. You know how that goes. Can't depend on nobody to be on time for nothing. I do, apparently, I know StreamYard sent me, of course, an email talking about it. And, of course, I did not pay attention to it at all. But apparently I can do some stuff like this. And I know you can see this. Let me do something. Oh, look at that right there. I can apparently share things now. Like screens on screens, which means I might have the ability to zoom this camera into the build and me just straight go off of the camera, the laptop. Maybe. Me try to play with this. So if I present a screen, oh, so it still wants me to upgrade for the camera. So I can pull this up. Oh, man, I messed that one up. So I can present this, and then can I do another one? Nope. What is this? So these I can add people in and they just be smaller. It looks like I can add 9 people in. Holy cow. Vertical alignment. Fill. So apparently I can add people in. All this stuff is pretty neat. I have yet to really mess with StreamYard like that. We got someone here. Gene, they've upgraded StreamYard, and I'm trying to mess with it. I don't have the... Like, normally, when you pop up, all the stuff that's down at the bottom, I add you to a normal screen, and you are not there. Like, the screen's not there. Can you hear me? He ain't even listening. See what I'm working with, David? Gene. Oh, Gene. See, now we can do things like this. Gene.
And it's not working right now. Something's going on.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, about now.
StreamYard updated apparently, and now I can do all these things. Like I can randomly make you bigger and smaller.
Yeah, I saw a thing. About creating local copies.
What's up, Peter? I'll make it any bigger. It still won't let me add another camera. And I don't get how I need to go back to the way it was. See, now we got Chef in here. Look at that. See?
That was the quickest you've ever let me in.
Well, it's because I'm sitting here trying to mess with it. Apparently they updated it, and I'm not really sure how to get it the way it was before. Like,
get it the way it was before.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this loud.
So if you see, like right now, if like I were to start building, like you're blocking Groot, and you can't be blocking Groot. Look how excited Groot is. I don't know how. Well, hold on. We got another. What's up, BFAB?
Guys, don't act so disappointed, okay? Okay.
You let anybody in here.
I know it's not that bad. No kidding.
Anyone know how to work this new thing? What is this?
Is that Brickin?
No, well, this is the new StreamYard apparently, but I'm not sure how. Like, I can move y'all around wherever I
Yeah,
want.
BFAB, the screen is Bricklink. He's trying to get the new screen.
Oh, I was about to say I look way better already. My wrinkles are already gone. This new StreamYard is fire.
I can remove that. I don't know what y'all see though. Like, are y'all seeing the same thing I'm seeing?
I see 4 squares of beautiful people all together. That's what I see.
Too.
So you see
You're my
4
favorite
images of
person.
myself?
Hey, BFAB.
I suck up to everyone.
Hey, can you put your glasses on?
Yeah, everyone's beautiful here, okay? I have a
Well,
top 10 ugliest list, and it's none of you guys, okay?
If you're seeing 4 beautiful people, how do I get Chef and Gene and them on the screen? So you're seeing 4 of me?
Yeah, it's 4 of you. How did you know? I was just trying to compliment you without sounding creepy, so.
You're
Nah,
creepy anyway.
I don't know how to get this to the way it should be.
Yes.
I feel like we're closer together. It seems like there's less space between us.
Here, would you like me to just do this?
There is less, I think there is less background between the images.
Well, I can move them. Like, I can literally do whatever I want to do, but I don't. Let me open up YouTube because I don't know what y'all are seeing.
That's what I'm doing right now. Trying to get
I can tell you what you're seeing. There's YouTube right here. I have it on my phone.
So on your
I see 4 windows of beautiful people, just like
exactly.
What you're seeing is not what I'm seeing.
I see 3 in BFAB.
See, look at this. Look at this.
You're getting Richard. We're lagging really bad on this end.
Well, I can't even share StreamYard's page. I don't like on my screen.
It's
I can move y'all
It's like
around
StreamYard's
everywhere.
lagging.
Chef, here's a day starts.
See if I save this.
You're not eating my lunch. What's on your
So
chips?
now it's back to normal.
Mhm.
So what in the world was I even doing? Like on my screen, it looked totally different than whatever it just did. So I am sorry that was confusing.
I need the number.
The puppies
I have
were
no
trying to
idea
be
what just happened
sociable
right there.
tonight.
Stud said, "BFAB, you need to update the boy band photo. It's getting old. I'm gonna have to design you a logo. If you need to design anybody a logo, it's me. I've been trying to find somebody to design me a logo for about a week and a half now, and nobody will do it. Everybody that says they are graphic designers says that they can do it. It's easy. They have no problems, and then they don't come through.
I'm right in there with you.
I
need a new one too.
I was told about a website called Giver, I think is what it's called. But the website doesn't really make sense to me.
Hey, Richard, I'm gonna log off and come back. I need to see if the lag is happening here.
All right.
You go put in the waiting room.
Chef, have you heard about a website called Giver?
A what?
A website called Giver.
No.
Well, here's a perfect example. Check this out. Let me share. Let me open.
I
think it's called
What are you giving me? Hopefully it's something good, not crabs or herpes.
Fiverr or something.
You broke up. I didn't hear you.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, you froze up. Way better.
Something's going on Gene's end. Yeah. Anyway, there's this website called Fiverr. Let me present this to you. So I've never heard of this before, but somebody told me about it, and I went and looked at it. So you can go on here and you can go to logo design right here, and it gives you different kind of options and stuff like that. Of course,
Right.
everybody wants you to like do something.
Oh yeah, they always want you to log in.
Yeah, I always
Now
log in.
that reminds me, I have Adobe. What is
Well,
it?
I have
Hold on.
Adobe, but this is sure. What this does is you can go in here and look at what people do. And like this person designs logos starting at $10. This one's at $15. This one's at $45.
I got you. Kind of like Upwork.
Yeah. And what this is this is like people who are trying to basically do it themselves and not work for a company. And you can go in here like this first one. It's one of their, it's like their choice. So it's saying that they're good. You can click on this. Pretty much they give you, it tells you what they give, which are 3 high quality logo concepts and 1 source file. It takes them 3 days. You have unlimited revisions, and then you can look at what's included, and it'll tell you everything that's included.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
The way that I was explained this is you pretty much, you agree to pay for it. They go through, and if you're not happy, you don't pay. But of course, you don't get the image if you don't pay.
Right.
And I know that they have a huge section in here that does like a lot of band logos and stuff like that.
Were you designing a new logo? Is that what's going on?
I'm trying to, but I can't do it, and I'm trying to get someone to. And everyone I know who's a graphic designer, like Stud, they always say they don't have time or they can't or something.
Throw him
City
under the
charges
bus.
$1,000 an hour. You know, last time I even talked to him, he charged me $1,000 an hour. So he's a pricey man. That's why I don't talk to him that often. I'm like, hey, he's like, that's $1,000. I'm like, what? You know, so
Actually, I text that a lot every now and then, and he's brilliant.
Sidious does know what he's saying. I know a lot of people think he's like really like forward, but the guy knows what he's saying. He has proof of his work.
I was just using him as an example. Yeah. I have like 4 friends that are all graphic designers, and they're like, yeah, I can do that. No problem. It's actually very simple. And I'm like, all right, well, how much do you want to do it? And they're like, well, let me get back to you in a couple days when I start it. And then like 5 weeks later, they're like, oh, I haven't had time yet.
It's hard to get somebody reliable. Like every time I've had somebody design something from me, it's been like a random kid that's like, BFAB, I'm your biggest fan. Can I design this for you? They're more reliable, and I haven't had to pay a dime for that stuff. Other than like I do pay people to do stuff for me, but like when it comes to like sig figs and stuff, everyone else has always designed it for free for me because
leave her out of it, BFAB. Leave her out of it.
We don't need to know about everything you pay for, BFAB. Calm down. We do not need to get kicked off this early just because you want to tell us about all of your little
your pay fors.
Hey, you gotta pay for stuff sometimes, you know.
But all this stuff in here, like the only thing that I don't get is like if you look at like these 2 right here, they're both name driven, like where it might have a small logo, but the name is big, versus where this back one over here has like actual images. But my thing is I already have the thing designed. I just need it tweaked. And of course, the person who done mine no longer does graphic design. So I don't know. Like,
so I'm curious, what type of logo are you looking for? Are you looking for like an updated version of what you have? Like, what are you trying to get done?
I literally want to take my logo and like, let me get rid of this.
Personalize it.
So I want to get the 2 B's that are up here. I really want to get them kind of more like, I guess, better looking and not just normal block letters, and get the 1 beard wrapped around both of them at the bottom versus 2 beards since Mark's not in it anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to some people. I don't know what they can do, but I've never seen any of those guys like design like a logo, but I know like a lot of these guys are good at sig figs, but maybe they can do something. I don't know. I'll ask around.
Like I've messed with it as much as I've could to try to do it in like the little bit of programs that I have, and nothing allows me to like so the low, like the B's for instance, don't have to be full. I want them to be where I can take those images out and put different images in the 2 B's.
Yeah.
And I have the ability to do that with that, but I don't have the ability to like basically what I want to do.
Yeah. I do have somebody that I know that does like full graphic design, but The issue is he's a YouTuber and he's always busy, so I can't ask him. I don't know what he'll do, but I can ask. I'll ask around.
Get to ask him.
City's making excuses. Come on, Cities. You don't need sleep. just make his logo. He'll give you 5 cents, okay? And a shout out in his video.
Yeah.
Tori, is that a countdown to Chicago Brick World? It's about the same amount of days.
Do what?
I think it's 75 days left till I go to Brick World, and she's got 76 on there.
Oh.
No, not Chicago.
No, that's 76 days till I retire and become a full-time Camel City Brick House employee.
Hey.
I thought you were counting down to Chicago for me.
No, not this year. Maybe next year.
No one cares about Chicago.
Just imagine retiring and going to Brick World, Chicago. That sounds like hell. No, I'm kidding.
Just because it was.
I go there just so I look cool when like some 12-year-old walks up to me like, oh my goodness, BFAB. You know, so.
Oh, I'm not 12, BFAB, and that's how I did it.
I was about to say, Chef has that same reaction.
Chef was like, who's this BFAB guy? Get him out of here. Now, Chef was cool. You know, I thought he was going to beat me up because of all the times I made jokes at his expense. But, hey, I didn't get beat up, and I'm still alive, so.
Hey, we had fun. I mean,
we did. I agree. I actually enjoyed Chicago last year, and I think I'm going to enjoy it this year. Keyword think. Who knows? You know, so.
Could change.
It could change.
Real quick.
The first time I ever met anyone off of YouTube, it was actually Chef because Hive doesn't know how to tell directions right. And the first person I met after that was Sands, and I didn't even know it was like him standing there, but we were texting Ryan, and Ryan told me where he was because Hive's sense of direction wasn't right at all. Hive was like, yeah, we're in the front or the back right, which was really the front left. And like Ryan was very simple. Ryan was like, just go to the back. So we went to the back. And I'll never forget, like, I came across Sands, and Sands was standing there, and they were like, wow, they let rednecks in this place? And I'm like,
that's Sands. Oh, yeah, no, it was nice meeting you last year.
That was the year before last. You're getting old and forgetful.
Yeah, I'm getting old. That's true. Not as old as Gene, though.
What?
He was being too quiet. I had to take a shot down that way.
I'm sorry, what? My hearing's bad, too.
Oh, Tori, turn up his hearing aid. Just slap him in the back of the head. Get that battery working.
Okay, I tried. Let's see if it works.
What?
Huh?
Can you hear me now? That was me trying to fake scream and not actually scream so I don't look like a man-child, so.
The manly screams of a girthy woman.
Yo, if I scream, I'll sound like a female. I'm trying not to get canceled. But yeah, no, my voice is very high-pitched, so.
BFAB, you didn't tell us you were transgender.
Jeff's trying to get me canceled. I like to say I disagree with everything that everyone says. Yo, I made jokes like that before. The comedian's like, cancel BFAB. So, ha ha, and don't cancel me, please. This is the 5th time.
We're canceling BFAB.
I can't wait till somebody clips it and then shares it. BFAB this.
Don't worry, you're on my show. Nobody in the world is ever going to clip that. They don't even know.
But here's the thing, Richard. People like my trolls, they clip everything I say. Like, there's one person watching a stream, and I've been canceled from streams that one person's watching. Just me, that's them. Or Doc. Them or Doc.
So if I back it up and hit record, it'll be good to go for Sunday morning at 10.
You got it. Now, luckily, I don't have any clout anymore, so people might just overlook it. So, yes.
I had not an argument, I will say a strong discussion the other day that I wish you could have been a part of because you would have enjoyed the and it. So let me give you the premise. It was about me, and I wasn't even in the conversation. I was like a third party listening to this.
Yeah.
But somebody, and I'm not going to say who, was commenting on the fact that I should pay attention to more things that they do and blah blah blah, and be more proactive in certain things that, like, basically go on other streams.
Wait, so they're guilting you because you don't show up to the. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Actually, continue the comment.
Let me finish. So
Yeah.
a buddy of mine stepped in and was like, "Why in the world would he take time out of his day to go to your stream if you don't take the time out of your day to go to his stream?"
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was like, "Well, as of right now, I just don't have time." And he was like, "Well, maybe he doesn't have time." And like Mike dropped and exited it, and I was just like, "Wow!" Like, I had a conversation about me that I was a part of there, and I didn't even have to defend myself.
See, it's weird that people expect there's like some sort of entitlement, right? I support people I like, right? And I don't need to force people to go to my streams or watch my content or do whatever. It's like, it's not like if I support somebody, it's not from like me I don't want to benefit. That's not the goal of me supporting someone else, you know? Would I like my friends that I support to watch my stuff and show up to my streams and watch my video? Yeah, I would, but it's not really a trade-off thing, you know? That's my logic. And I won't guilt someone into doing that, though I do get triggered if people like unfollow me, but that's a different situation. I'm like, how dare they unfollow me? I am very sensitive, so yeah.
I showed up and helped pick on
That's
you,
not
B-Fab.
disrespect my lane. You know, you follow me, you unfollow me, I'm gonna drop kick you and your baby. That was the joke, but you know.
Yeah, so if they want,
the only reason
you
he's
to follow
here.
them, if they want you to follow them or go to their stream, they need to make it worthwhile. They need to make it worth watching.
You gotta be entertained. Yo, some of y'all in the Lego community are so dull. I would rather watch paint dry. So some of y'all like, oh, show up to my stream. Like, dude, I would rather jump. You know, like, I'm sorry.
The problem is y'all are so far off. It's not even like a streamer like you think. It is somebody that I don't even think they have a YouTube channel. It's more or less.
Oh, never mind. Then I don't know who it is. I was assuming it was somebody else. They've heard different things.
Yeah, it's somebody that doesn't. I don't even think they have a YouTube channel. They might. But
so they just joined your panel and they called you out, basically.
Well, no, it all started with a couple weeks ago. Some of these people watch this, so it might actually create some drama. But it all started a couple weeks ago because my buddy Justin and me are in the same lug together.
Yeah.
And we were there for one of the meetings, and they always suggest things like this. They're trying to get their name out there more and more, but they're pretty big. And
you're cutting out on my end. What did you repeat what you said? Is it just me?
No, the lug is like actually really big.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. And I guess it's going to some people's heads, and they're trying to get their name out there even more. And they keep suggesting that we should do a bunch of things. And the things that they're all suggesting that like we should do, I do. And I'm like, y'all just don't come around and see it. And they're like, well, we need to get our name out here more. And I'm like, well, I literally go live once a week. I literally post a video once or twice a week. And I was like, y'all don't watch them. Y'all don't comment on them. Y'all don't come on the stream. I was like, you're not supporting me, but you're telling me to support you.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when people do that. I will always support my friends. Like, I might not comment on all the stuff you do, but let's say, like, you're streaming right now. Like, you're a homie, so if I can make it, I'll show up to the stream, you know?
But it was pretty funny that, like, I guess it came to that. Like, I don't really care.
I do. I care a lot. Yo, Richard, why haven't you commented on all my videos? I'm like, come on, bro.
I have to watch your videos to comment on them.
If I'm gonna comment on your videos, they're not going to be very nice.
I literally so here's a perfect example.
Yeah.
I go through these phases where like I'll wait for somebody to put out like 5 or 6 videos and then watch them.
Yeah.
Do you know how many, and this is just telling this person because he's in here, of Shaw's videos that I've watched and I've never really commented on them, but I'll wait till I get like 5 or 6 things in my head and then I'll message him and be like, hold on, wait a minute. Like him, do you know who No More Bricks is?
I do. I love Harold. I've known him for like 6-7 years.
So like I like literally every time I buy like 50 Falcon soldiers,
Yeah.
Harold's got like 100 more coming. Shy's buying another 1,000, and I'm like, how in the world can I compete with y'all?
They're flexing on you. They know it's war, you know?
Oh, I know. But the thing is here's where the real war comes. I've got the castle, and they don't.
Huh.
See,
Sucks to be you guys.
You know,
Talking about Shy, I do watch
That's
all
like-
Shy's content.
that's
Shy
like
makes
listening to
like
Sally
amazing
Brickler.
content.
I've listened to that so many times. I don't think I've messaged maybe one or two, but I think I catch every episode while I'm working.
like the real thing
Richard's
the real thing started between me and No More. Like I wasn't trying to compete. Like I'm not even trying to get on Shy's level at all. It started with No More because at Brick Fair last year, it was like the first time we had actually like met face to face, and he had his whole Lord of the Rings thing, and I was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, I might get into like the Black Falcons. I don't really know like how many I'm gonna get, and then like next thing you know, he has 1,100, and I'm like 1,100. I'm like, I've been doing this and only have 500 and something. Like,
you boys are trying to flex on each other. I get it. I respect it.
They win. I'm backing down. They win.
You know the crazy thing though is like in like a couple years when they all retire off like Pick a Brick or whatever you guys buy them from, they're gonna be worth a lot of money, and you guys are gonna have thousands of them just sitting there. You're like, oh, this figure's going for $15 a piece. Let's empty some of these out, you know?
Well,
Macro's catching up to you, Richard.
Do what?
I said Macro's catching up on his Black Falcons just like you. He's gonna catch right up to you and pass you. And he's got a big castle too.
They're gonna mess around, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flex on them, and I'm gonna cash in all them freaking points that I have sitting around that have been waiting for this AT-AT, and I'm gonna buy nothing but Falcons with it.
I think Shy will still have you beat.
I don't know how many. I think I have. How many Falcons can you get through? Well, the thing is I don't buy the heads from Lego because I get the heads cheaper from a Bricklink store. And I don't buy all the armor because I didn't want all the like how Shy has his. Oh, Shy has 150,000 points. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're not gonna beat Shy. And he's got what 999.
Shy, don't say that. Your wife might be watching, and then you might end up missing. So
all right, Shy, if you only have 999, I got one here for you that makes you 1,000.
That's crazy, though. I can't even remember the last time I used VIP. So
I'm at like 62,000 points right now, I believe.
Damn, boys, dang.
But my goal was just
like
to do a simple video of me like walking in the Lego store and walking out with the AT-AT and not spending a dime. That's the only thing I wanted to do.
Mom was there. Hey, Mom.
But you can order 999 at a time. But how many Falcons can you get for $100? I know you know that off the top of your head.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
What's going on, Will? So
I don't want to say hi to Will. Hi, Will.
If you
Or
can
you can say hello to my mom. She's on.
Hello, person in the chat. Does that matter? Does that work?
She's in Louisiana. We're getting ready to leave Friday morning to go see her.
Wow, you guys like your parents? Come on, guys, do better.
That's all I'm saying. I'm assuming like
so next week we gotta haul this damn camera and laptop to Louisiana, and Tori and her mom are gonna be on the stream building flowers.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey, that's gonna be awesome. That'll be cool.
So Shy, though, is that counting heads and armor and a helmet, or is that just torso and legs?
That's a whole kabang.
Because I'm not buying anything but the torso and the legs. I'm buying everything else elsewhere.
Have you seen his elephants?
Yeah, but that's a whole nother level.
You call Shy an elephant? Come on, man.
Yeah,
he's been working out recently. You can tell he has guns.
He's half the size of me.
I was going to say, Shy is, I hate to say this, Shy, and I'm giving you a compliment. Don't take it as an insult. Shy looks way skinnier in person. You know?
I think he's taller than me, too.
I feel like that's like when you tell someone with all due respect, when you tell somebody with all due respect, you're about to disrespect them.
No. No. I'm not trying to offend them. See, I thought Shy was, a little bit bigger. And then I go there and I'm like, dude, this guy's like half my size. I felt like a chunky man when I first met Shy. I'm like, I had my tight leather jacket. I was like sucking in all the fats. And then I see Shy and I'm like, oh, shoot, this is even worse. So, yeah.
That's kind of like saying, like, no offense, but.
Yeah. But.
I
I'd be like, yo, boy, you big. I feel like that'd be a lot worse.
There was that brief moment where you were scared, and then you were like, man, I could take Shy.
Easily. No, kidding. Now, Shy has probably some, like, marine move that can, like, kill you. So, I know how Marines work.
Pop that straw in your ear and let your brain bleed out.
Next vlog, Shy eliminates people in the Lego space,
You're going to be, like, walking through the next brick convention and be hitting the neck with, like, a dart and just wake up inside a couple weeks later. He's like, you can leave as soon as we talk about my 2000 Falcons.
Yeah, that'd be a banger vlog, though.
You'll get them 2000 Falcons when Hive gets his Vader head.
Yeah, okay. So, to be fair, I was going to give it to somebody to give to Hive, but that Ninja already gave it to him, so, like, what's the point, That being said, if Hive wants something in my collection sitting there, other than, like, my Overwatch 2 set or Sesame Street set, he can ask, and I'll give it to him, so.
I just like giving you a time. That was a long time ago.
I have too many sealed sets at this point, so.
I'm down to, like, absolutely nothing. Like, that's why I'm building my wife's flowers tonight, because I went to the Walmart that was up here the other day, and I keep contemplating of buying that BD1, but I really don't know if, like, I should. I have all the other droids, and I don't know, but there's, like, nothing out right now that I really want to build that I don't have to, like, buy and wait to get here.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but I can't find them anywhere.
I can't find them anywhere either.
Neither can I. I haven't actually looked. But day one buys, boys. I'm going to get those day one. And then they're probably going to sit there, though. I love Lego Indiana Jones. So.
Like, I really want the big Bowser they came out with, but I can't find it anymore.
Yo, I used to respect you. No, I'm kidding.
If it's a Mario, like, I'm not gonna lie, I buy a lot of the Mario stuff, but normally not the sets. I buy the characters and the, like, small stuff that comes with one or two of the characters. I don't buy the big, like, play sets, because I think the characters they do are pretty dope.
Yeah, they are.
You know how, Richard, I always would praise you, and I always said positive things about you, and all this.
You should do a video about how you don't praise me anymore. That way I get the.
I have no respect for Bearded Brick. That'll be the video.
Do it.
Also, Harold is here. We were just crap talking you, Harold. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, no. How do you show up after all the smack talk stops?
Yeah, you missed it, bro.
Well, now we can't repeat it, so.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to rewind it and watch it again, replay gang.
To give you a little, like, heads up and catch up, apparently you and Shy have a bunch more Falcons than I do, and next time that BFAB sees Shy, he's gonna size them up.
Yeah. I tried that before. Shy will just roundhouse kick and I'm down, so.
I feel like there's always, like, the two different type of people in the military, though. There's, like, the people, like, Shy. Like, I would never, like, I would always want Shy on my side if something went down. And then there's people, like, there's a guy I work with currently, and I don't know what he did, but he was probably a dishwasher. Like, I'm assuming that he didn't do anything great.
Yeah, no, Shy would be perfect on our side. Also, I think Harold will also be. Harold's military too, right? I forgot what branch you're in, Harold.
What's this our side? You just said that you weren't with me, and now you're including him on our side?
Oh, Harold?
No, you just told me that you weren't on my side, and now you're saying our side like you're a part of this.
Yeah, but I need protection, so.
Yeah, you think I'm taking your side over
Survival of the fittest, bro.
It was nice knowing you.
This is war. We're all on Shy's side, and we can all collaborate together, when it comes to protection. I think. Like, if the world ever goes to crap, I'm screwed, so. Probably.
I don't know. Like I have a pretty good survival rate chance. I promise. In North Carolina, Shy will find this pretty crazy. Chef probably will too. So in North Carolina, they just passed a law today that we no longer have to have a pistol permit to buy a pistol. You can literally just walk into a store and buy one like a rifle. You have to go through a background check, but there's like no other really information needed.
I might have to show up in North Carolina for research purposes.
And all that happened the day after I picked up my concealed carry renewal.
That's what I told Mark. I was like, I'm glad I went through the class, but I never went and got the license thing. And I was like, well, I'm glad. Well, I went to do it and something happened. They lost my paperwork or something and was like, I needed to go resubmit the form and I never did. And now I'm kind of glad I didn't.
I wouldn't trust myself with a gun. Knowing me, I'd probably end up like shooting myself. Like that's probably what's going to happen.
If I pull the trigger, what happens?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, guys, I got the guy. I'm like, oh, actually, never mind. I got myself. Help.
I wish Justin was on here. If you know anything about guns, you'll get this. But Justin came over to my house and spent the night before we left to go to a Brick Fair last year. And I was joking with him, and I was like, I live out in the country. And I was like, you want to go shoot some guns? And he's like, I've never shot a gun before. I'm like, really? He's like, no. So we go outside, and I give him like a little 22, and he shoots it like 3 or 4 times, and he's just like glowing with excitement. And I immediately handed him, I have like a precision AR-10, which is a much different gun, like much different on the other spectrum side of the gun. And he shoots it once and looks at me. And he goes, take this back.
He's like, I'm enjoying this way too much.
I guess I find it weird when people say they've never shot a gun. But
yeah, see, the issue with me, I went to private school. So that means my parents are wimps. And so am I. So. They're like, who needs guns? God will protect you, you know? So we'll see if that works, you know?
Shy said a blunt knife still hurts.
Christian school.
Yeah, Christian school.
Yeah.
Do what?
Wasn't the school in Nashville a Christian school?
What school in Nashville?
The one that just had the shootout?
It was, yeah. It was, yeah.
I don't pay attention to the news.
Only when it comes to schools and shootings. That's when I wake up.
All news is fake.
I hate to say this, but like I get so accustomed to that. Like it's sad, but like it doesn't bother you anymore. Like, because if it does bother you, like back in the day, you never heard of this stuff. Now that you hear of this stuff all the time, it's you kind of like, I don't know, become desensitized to it, you know?
But I think that has a lot to do with just how much media blows it up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because if it happened 20 years ago, you would have never known about it because no one was like reporting what wasn't going on in your area.
Yeah. The only sad thing is that like this person, without getting into too much of it, this person injured kids or, you know, eliminated kids, which is just, but like,
it wasn't a kid that did it. It was somebody who shot a kid.
No, it was like, I think the person was like 30 years old and they eliminated like 9-year-olds or whatever. Like that is the most messed up thing ever.
Yeah.
Like I hope that person burns in hell for all eternity.
Hey, BFAB is a 28-year-old transgender that was a former student at the school 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's just so messed up though. Like, I can't stand some people in this world, you know?
I mean, I feel like nobody has a reason to shoot up a school at all.
No.
But when there's kids involved, like you're a grown adult, right? Like going after kids and making them your target, I don't care your reason. I hope this person burns in hell for all eternity. Like that's all.
The worst part about that whole thing about him is though, if it's in Nashville, he's gonna go to like trial and he'll probably be in prison or something like that. But if
the person is no longer, I'm trying to be very careful so you still get monetized. Don't wanna, you know.
Well, if it would be in a place like Texas, they'll just shoot you.
Yeah, the best thing that's come out about this is they released the body cam video of the 4 cops that went in. and they literally show them gunning her down.
Yeah.
So she got
And
shot.
that's huh?
Yeah, the person got shot, yeah.
Anyway, No More said, is Brick World Chicago gonna be like Gangs of New York, where we all meet at the middle, sizing each other up?
Harold, I can size you up any day, okay? I'm kidding, Harold. I know you're probably strong too.
I'm always gonna be on the winning side.
I'll just run away. If people try to size me up and I'm too weak, I'll run. I can run pretty decently. So
Sean said, "Old school Rumble, I'm down." I don't
I got about 15 seconds left, Shy. I'm pretty good. Let's go.
Your battery dying?
15 seconds of old school.
don't leave us, Chef. We need you here.
Not yet, BFAB. I haven't picked on you that much.
Yes, he's not leaving it.
You got to stick around for the good stuff.
You gotta wait for the beef head tears.
We were talking the other day at work. So the last like fight or any kind of altercation like that I got in was at a concert almost 5-6 years ago. I don't know, like, how, I'm not going to go to information because the people are actually like really well known throughout the world now, or through America at least. But I decided to, like, I was tired of getting this guy. I literally told him to stop doing what he was doing like 15 times, and he looked me in the face and did it again. So I swung and hit him. And when I hit him, unbeknownst to me, that he had a twin brother who was apparently a trained MMA fighter, decided he was going to hit me back. And I was like, well, here we go. And then like the security guards grabbed us, which I'm thankful for because I don't know what caliber they were, but they were probably a lot better trained than I've ever been. So nothing actually really went down other than me hitting him and him hitting me, which is always a good thing. Stud said that was a messed up day. We were locked down in the agency for like 14 hours.
Well, go back up one. He's talking about when he was working and across from the Sandy Hook.
Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have any Lego news? Y'all been playing a lot?
I'm still working on Cafe Corner.
That doesn't surprise me.
I knew it would. That's why I threw it out there. You said any news.
I thought you were still working on the tree.
That's just wrong.
It is brown.
And we can't,
I'm
the
working on the
76
second
days
layer,
is in front of you. You can't see what you're building. There you go.
There, see? That's the second layer. The first layer is done at the bottom, so I'm working on the second now.
Think I'm just going to go shopping on your back shelves.
I need to go buy that new the modular. I don't have it yet.
The
Which
A-frame
one?
or the Jazz Club?
The Jazz Club.
I don't have that one
Yeah,
yet
I
either. I've been
haven't
waiting to go into a Lego store for it.
Whatever.
I try not to buy any set that's over like $100 unless I go to an actual Lego store. And I've been buying a lot of stuff from Target, but like I simply like realize how many points I am truly missing out on not buying the stuff from Lego.
Yeah, because you're only getting $1 a point there.
Yeah. Well, I've bought, I think I'm at 15 501st battle packs now, and I bought all of them from Walmart.
Walmart or Target?
Walmart.
Should have got them from Target.
There's just not a Target as close to me as a Walmart. I've been hoping that I can go to Target and go to Lego's website, and I don't know. There's 3 sets that I want to buy that are like, I guess not small, but they're not very big either. I want Bowser, and I want I still need to get the DeLorean. And I think that might be my next purchase.
Hey, Richard, did you ever get all your boardings and things from them?
No, I messaged them. They gave me another free 1,000 points. I messaged them again last week, and they told me that everything would be here. I talked to them like, I think it was Wednesday of last week, they were like, sorry, everything should be here by the 1st of next week, and here it is Wednesday, and I still don't have them. Like Shy got his, Justin got his, Andrew got his. Like we literally ordered them at the same exact time and still don't have them.
Yeah, but we don't have ours either.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it kind of ticks me off because what the weird thing is mine says they're shipped, but I don't have any shipping information.
Right. There's no tracking information at all.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's because they're coming from overseas or what.
Shy says he got it. He's still missing his first round party, but he got his second round.
Is the first round or the second round the one where I was telling you about they were all, or are you saying that I guess you ordered them, so it's after I told you. So yeah, I haven't got any of them. Like I even played like the pity card. I was like, I called them, I think it was last Wednesday or Tuesday or something like that, when I was talking to him, and I was like, I was at a lug I'm supposed to be going to a lug convention this weekend, and I needed the Bardings to help display on my mock, and I was like, I don't have them yet. And she was like, well, I'm so sorry. It says they'll be there around the 1st of next week, but I don't know. I don't know where she's seeing it because I didn't see it.
Richard, how's that the pity card?
Just because I figured that she would feel bad for me.
She probably doesn't even know what a mock is, you know?
Probably not.
You gotta be like my son, who, you know, this. Oh, I'm trying to be so careful with my jokes nowadays. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore what I was gonna say. Ignore everything I was about to say. But yeah,
I get where you're going. I mean, I don't like it. Sucks, but I really don't have anything. Hold on. No more said. I'll say when you guys are gonna. It's like coming out of Brick Warriors in K-Town in the next few months. Shy said that he called and they said that he was getting them this week.
I called them yesterday. They said that they should be here this week, but they can't find any tracking information internally. So she did a duplicate order. And I said, well, if they end up coming in, do I just ship them back? And she was like, no, just keep them and enjoy them. So I may get a double shipment.
If you get a double shipment, you owe me half.
How does that work?
Because I told you about it. You wouldn't have even known about them if it wasn't for me.
No, you did not. Justin did.
Justin told me because Justin has a desk job. I don't have a desk job. I can't sit there and get all that information like that. I got to be fixing all these idiots' cars that don't know how to drive.
Don't have to wear their key off.
I had to put a clutch in a car today that had 20,000 miles because somebody's son thought it would be fun to go out and keep launching their car.
And he probably didn't have to pay for any of it.
No, we made him pay.
Well, I'm probably saying Daddy did.
Oh, yeah, Daddy paid for it all. We told him we weren't warranting anything. Sucks for you. That honestly was like the worst clutch I'd ever seen in my life. I don't know how he done what he done. I don't know if you've ever seen one or what it looks like when it was new, but this one was just like fibers everywhere. There was nothing actually left on the metal at all. It's like, good job.
You win the award today.
I know nothing about cars. All I know is I've crashed too, so, you know.
That's not a good thing.
Yo, you think I'm proud of it? I'm mad at myself and the world, okay?
Didn't you like fall asleep though?
So at what's it called? So the first car I crashed, I went through the back of a dump truck because I was tired, and I was driving back from Philly Brick Fest. And then recently in December, I crashed my car into a curb, but like the damage wasn't bad, but it costs like $3,000. So
I thought you like fell asleep once or something like that.
So I was tired from the night before when I went to Philly, right? So I had gotten pulled over the night before without swerving in and out, but I tried to drive straight all the way back home. So I was tired for the first incident, but yeah.
Speaking of like conventions and everything, I know Chef's muted, but have you checked? Are we able to buy? Justin tried to look into it and he couldn't find out. Can we get the hotel at Brick Fair yet? No more. Do you know? Because I'm not staying across town like I did last year. It makes more sense just to stay on campus, and I'm trying to get on that as like fast as possible. Chef's still muted.
He's ignoring you. It's nothing personal. Wait, Virginia has a hotel on campus? Is that what you just said?
The convention center, like the parking lot for everybody that like goes into the convention center, is literally part of the hotel parking lot, which is like across the park. Like it's literally like less than a quarter of a mile.
Is that like near the gas station and the Hooters?
I don't know where the Hooters is at. It's all, you know where Brick Mania is at?
I don't.
It's all literally like in the same shopping center.
Oh, okay.
Like the convention center, like the front of the convention center faces like the side of the hotel, and the front of the hotel is what faces like the street and stuff. So that might be where there's a Hooters. I know there's like a Starbucks and a Chick-fil-A.
I was about to say, I went there 2019. I think we were talking about the same hotel. Like you could walk. There's a Walmart near the place too, or something near the area.
It's like right down through the shopping center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to walk to Virginia when I went back in 2019. So
we ended up having to stay like down. It wasn't really that far, but it sucked that you had to like get in a car and drive down the road versus you watching everybody just walk across the parking lot. Like when we ate with No More and all them, they were literally like, all right, we're walking back to our hotel. And I'm like, well, I got to get in this car and drive down the road and avoid everybody.
Yeah.
I think it'd be just much nicer to like park the car, get out, and just leave it parked for the rest of the week.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. That's always nice. I walked a lot of places, so that was kind of cool. So
I don't mind walking. I would rather walk than, especially since like I'll have to take a van, like a cargo van. So it won't be something that's just like small and easy to get in and out of the parking lot. Last year, I took a big SUV.
Are you displaying your mock at Virginia?
Yeah, I was supposed to display. I'll display it at Raleigh before then. I was supposed to display it at South Carolina, but I had all intent. The stream last week was me packing up to go. Like I packed the castle up, but it just So I rent cars from Enterprise when I was going to Virginia, like the SUV and stuff. And I've rented cars from them before, so I wanted to rent a truck for them. Well, their truck renting process is different. Like it's the same company, but I have to go through a different process, and it's at a different location. Well, I needed to bring the truck back on Sunday, and they won't let me bring it back on Sunday because they're not open on Sunday, which means I had to pay for a whole extra day for nothing. And then it was going to end up costing me like $500, and I think it was like $550 to get the truck with insurance and everything else and gas. And then I would still have to go up there or down there, and it's like a 2.5 hour drive. And it just like all in all, like by the time I realized that, I was like, I'm going to spend $600 doing this. And that's what it pretty much cost me to go to Brick Fair. And this is only for one day. So I just decided to it just wasn't, I couldn't swing it. There's no way that I could justify spending $600 for a day.
I have a simple solution. Get a wagon.
The castle won't fit in a wagon. The castle right now is 33 base plates. It'll be
just get multiple wagons, connect them all together, and simple solution.
Why don't you just come drive them back and forth and use your gas?
Yeah, if I drove them back and forth, your mock would be not a mock. It wouldn't exist. Like, oh my goodness, why is it broken in 10,000 different pieces?
So instead of doing what I'm going to end up doing at Brick Fair is pretty much just buying a cargo van we looked into. I'm pretty sure that if I bought a minivan, that everything would fit in a minivan. Like just take the back seats out. But I can't seem to like justify buying a minivan just to drive it to a convention like 4 or 5 times a year.
I mean, why don't you buy it and then sell it after, you know?
Because then I would just need to buy it again next year.
Fair. Good point. Never mind, ignore what I was saying, y'all.
I appreciate your logical reasoning there.
Okay, guys, I messed up, okay?
But my thought process is that so if I buy a van, I'm assuming I'm going to spend somewhere for like a decent van that's reliable around like the teen thousands. So if you just say 15,000, you know how many times I can rent a van for 15,000, especially if I'm only going to rent it like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 conventions that I'm really like plan on going to that I actually display. Like we talked about, I talked with Dan at Brickmania about going to World War Brick this year. And he was like, if you come up here, he's like, we can take care of everything once you get up here. And I thought about it, but it's just like I wouldn't take the castle to display up there just because it's so far away. Like that is really, I don't see how people go across the country and do that.
I would be too annoyed just to bring a mock. Like, I know you built your mock to like bring to conventions and show off it. For me, like, I would go crazy just bringing something to be worried that somebody would try to steal it. So,
well, there was talk last year. No More can back me up on this because I think he was the one who told me a little bit about it. But apparently, there was like word that if you have like expensive minifigures to like put them up at night and like watch people because like people will like take them and stuff. And I had no like there was some extremely pricey custom figs on the castle. I mean, not on the castle, on the Marvel thing I did, and nobody really messed with anything. Which,
well, if they're custom, they might not know the value. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I moved a couple on you to other spots. See if you'd notice.
Well, I mean, like actually, like stealing though.
Oh no.
So I don't know. Like, I feel like that there is a lot of chance that something can get messed up, which is weird because we're in a community where you think that everybody would kind of take care of each other.
No, I'm all about free stuff, you know?
Well,
I'm just kidding around. If something goes missing, I'm going to get blamed for it now.
BFAB and the 5-finger discount.
You'll be like, yo, where did my castle go, BFAB? Can I look in your truck? I'm like, sure.
but like, I don't think that I would really be worried about anybody taking anything. Like, honestly, like the most expensive figures I have in the castle are the ones that I had custom, and they're somewhere around like $13 a piece. So even at that, like if you really steal a $13 minifig, what's going to happen to you is going to be way worse than you taking a $13 minifig from me.
Well, here's the predicament, though. I don't even think those conventions have cameras, do they?
I don't know, because last year, 2 years ago, there was somebody at Brick Fair that actually got robbed.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know the whole story. I do know the story, but I've been told different accounts for it.
Yeah.
But they caught the guy or the lady that was setting it up. So I don't know how that goes down, but the problem was like they caught the lady who basically, from my understanding, so don't like quote me 100% on this. There was a guy there that had like a Bricklink store that brought his setup and brought a lot of like used sets and stuff like that. There was a lady that kind of looked like she didn't belong there. Nobody really paid attention to her. She like scoped the place out when she watched the guy keep putting all of this money in a book bag. And then whenever the convention was over, he brought the book bag out, laid it beside his car, walked around to the other side. And when he came back, the bag was gone.
Yeah.
And apparently they ended up like catching the girl and they never found the money or something. Like, I don't know the whole story, but that's the only time I've ever really been like, there's a lot of people that say they've gotten stuff stole, but I don't really I mean, who's to say they didn't leave it at home, or like, what are you really talking about stole? And if you're walking around losing like a Cloud City Boba Fett, I believe that's your own fault.
No, 100%. That's on you. I know my boy Joey, I think it was last year, he said that a bunch of his stuff got stolen. So Maniac for Bricks, I don't know if you know who that is.
I do. I just don't know. Like, it makes more sense for somebody like him to say my stuff got stole versus the incident I know about. Like, why would you just lay a book bag full of cash on the ground? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, that's just stupidity. That's just stupidity.
No more said. Love you too, BFAB. I just got back from watching what I missed. Ha ha ha.
Harold, I love you, man. You're a beautiful soul, and that's all I have to say about you.
Just remember, Harold, that BFAB did admit on this stream that he will pay for services if you ever.
I did not say that, but we'll just go with that rumor.
We'll piece it together so it sounds like you.
It may or may not be taken out of context, but it's about BFAB, so who really cares, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, I get taken out of context all the time, so I'm used to it. It's only a matter of time.
You are out of context all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just out of curiosity, your buddy that got like his stuff stole, was it like at his table or like what happened?
So I guess he lost like a bunch of Bionicle things. That's the only thing that I know. And then like somebody stole his mock. And to be fair, I love he's the homie, but I think the mock was shit. And I'm kidding. So why would you steal it? I'm just fucking around. In case he hears this. I think he lost a couple of
whole mock.
Yeah, I think they stole like part of his mock, or like I know they stole like a Bionicle like figure, and I think they stole like one of his mocks. So. Yeah,
the Bionicle people are a totally different breed. So,
those guys are sketchy as heck. I'm telling you, if I go to Virginia and I made the video, do not bring back Bionicle, I will end up dead somewhere in a back alley. So those guys hate me. I was at Chicago, and there's a guy that had created a Bionicle game, and one of my friends was trying to start crap with try to get me in trouble. So he goes, "Hey, have you ever heard of Brother from Another Brick?" And the guy goes, "No." He's like, "Have you ever heard of the video Do Not Bring Back Bionicle?" He's like, "Yeah, I've heard about that." He's like, "He made that." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, you're trying to get me beat up."
Those people those guys come in, they tend to themselves. They literally hide out in the corner, and they're very creepy.
They're very sketchy. I still remember 2019. So I know there's a popular Bionicle channel called TTV, and I was friends with all the guys from TTV. And I still remember they're hey, they walked in and be "You want to play Bionicle trivia with us?" And I'm I see 70 people in a corner, and the odor was so bad. I'm like, I'm good. Also, I don't know anything about Bionicle, but thanks, guys. That I left. So,
I don't know anything about Bionicle, and I will admit it. I know nothing at all. Apparently, we got somebody drunk in the chat. They say that Darth Maul's amazing.
Darth Maul?
I shot a link, Richard.
Do what?
I shot Stud a link.
All right. Did he say something, or did I miss it?
Yeah. Richard shot me a link, so I just copied and pasted and shot it. Check Instagram, Stud. Sorry to step on your toes. I figured you were busy.
Oh no, you're fine. So, somebody's drunk in there and saying that.
I know, drunk. You drunk.
Darth Maul is a good guy. Darth Maul is not amazing.
I did. It's in your Instagram, Stud.
The coolest thing about Darth Maul was that he was killed by somebody who literally said that he could. He killed somebody that was I know everything about the Sith, and then died.
No, he didn't see it, Stud. I shot it to you. He doesn't like reading people's chats.
I don't.
Reading is fundamental.
I mean, there's 15 people. Y'all can't keep up with this.
Hey, I put you on Instagram and even put a link there.
I know. I appreciate it all.
I
feel really bad. It's really bugging me that it's been almost 2 weeks and I've yet to put out a castle video. I have
I still got to watch the last one. Don't put out another one yet.
I literally have nothing that I can add. Well, I do have stuff I can add to the castle, but everything I have is going to get in the way. So I've been talking with some Bricklink people, and I think I'm going to make the purchase tomorrow. I find it really hard. Like he was laughing. He's got everything I need. It's D, Gene. But he was laughing.
Yeah.
I can't fathom doing this, but I'm pretty much going to spend $150 on dots.
On dots?
On what?
Pretty much. Because it's nothing but 1x1 round tiles and the half moon tiles and like the weird corner tiles and the
Right,
2x2. And I
What?
need like thousands of them. Like if I'm not mistaken, I counted it out and I need somewhere around like it started out at like 11,000, but that was before I added any of the interior. And I think now I'm down to like 6,000. But I just like so
What
that's
color?
gonna be, do what?
What colors?
Light bluish gray and dark bluish gray. I'm gonna bleed in tan nougat and like dark brown, and then just to save some money and save some space, I'm gonna throw in some or add texture. I'm adding 1x1 plates, but like my video is literally gonna call. I bought like 11,000 pieces of dots. I checked all the dots at Walmart. It's not worth me buying the sets because every color in there is bright. I need a God. I hate pulling the trigger on it. I really do. This will be the first order that I've placed in since I've had the city pretty much that does not have something that I'm going to enjoy buying.
Richard said you didn't have one no more.
Do what?
You said, who says I don't have a castle? I said, Richard said you don't have a
I
castle.
said you don't have a Black Falcon castle. If he has a castle, I'm quitting. I'm giving up on the castle. I'm switching to the Star Wars mock. Everybody can. I'll give away the figs.
You better go watch his streams. So I think his is just the same size as yours.
There's no way he has a 77 base plate mock.
Probably a little bigger knowing him.
Where do these people exist at? I had a talk. Haley was joking the other day, and Haley was like when we were packing up and everything, she randomly dropped like a logical question that like the logical questions that you don't want to hear.
Yeah.
She was like, "What are you gonna do with all these minifigs?" Because she was placing them in baggies, to pretty much be like I don't have like I have clicks, I guess, but I haven't really like planned an army out like Shy. I'm really basing mine on where people are going to be in the mock versus like a platoon. And she was like, "What are you going to do after the castle's done with all these minifigures?" I'm like, "I have no idea. Why did you ask that?"
You got to run for your money now. Shy's building a castle.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's going to build a castle. I'm gonna get beat out of the deal. I'll have like the worst one.
And Shy goes bigger. He stays home.
Yeah.
He runs with the big dogs and he doesn't sit on the porch.
See, like No More is building a elf castle from Warhammer. So that's like a little different.
Mayo is in the chat.
You got 77 plates. Shy'll have 78.
That's the problem. I'm like, "Hey, Shy, I just got my 100 Falcons in." He's like, "Yeah, I got my order of 1,200. I'm like, "Well, way to shit on my parade."
You got 77. He'll do 80.
I'm glad that he chose what I did and went with the flesh tones versus the yellow heads, though.
Oh, yeah.
Also, guys, read the private chat, but don't read it out loud.
The first one is not true. It's somebody I work with.
Is it really?
Yeah, we had an argument a couple days ago about Star Wars. Like, so he's a Star Wars nut, but he literally is like on the opposite end of the spectrum when I think something like
Are you? So you're 100% sure on that?
Yeah, I work with him.
Okay, I'm gonna message something in the private chat quickly.
All right.
It's got weird numbers. So look at it for me.
I'll be right back. I gotta go fix something in the store. Tori's trying to fix it and leave me up here.
All right. Yeah, we were joking the other day or talking the other day, and like this is probably gonna tick a lot of people off in the chat if y'all like Star Wars, but he gives like no credibility whatsoever to the last 3 movies. And I was like, yeah, they have like really cool scenes in them. Overall, they are very crappy. And I was like, but one of the things that I have to admit is they have one of the cooler lightsaber duels in it. And he was like, no, you're out of your mind. And his favorite character is Darth Maul. But I don't care what anybody says, that last lightsaber duel between Kylo and Rey was actually, when it's on the fallen Death Star, is pretty crazy.
Okay, another private chat message.
No. This isn't him.
Okay. I will, I guess, unban the account.
Oh, you banned it?
I did.
No. That's a guy that I work with.
I am so paranoid now, so.
He
Never mind. I guess coincidence then.
Yeah, he is a Darth Maul fanatic. And I just don't like. I was joking today, and when we started like talking trash to each other, I was like, "Why are you talking?" Hold on, let me add Stud. What's going on, Stud?
What's up?
When we were talking
Speaking
trash,
of Star Wars, Star Wars, I got the old vintage shirt on. Ironic.
I was like, "Why?" I was like, "How do you have any credibility?" I was like, "Your favorite character is Darth Maul." I was like, "He literally showed up and got murdered." I was like, "He didn't even have like any chance to do anything." And he was like, well, he beat Qui-Gon. And I was like, yeah, but that's not a big accomplishment. I was like, Qui-Gon literally came on the screen and was like, I'm a master of the Sith. I understand their every move, and then got cut in half. But he's
I hate to break it.
Do what?
I hate to break it to the people that don't like the sequels, because they're working on the Kylo Ren live action, like the backstory of Kylo Ren.
The only thing that I hate about Kylo Ren is, like, God Almighty, when he like his first presence when he came out in that movie, it was 100% like it almost had Vader feels. Like if they would have just kept him evil, but like instead, like I don't like Adam Driver as an actor. I'll go ahead and say that. Like I really don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him. I don't mind him, but there's a lot of people that either he's like 50-50. Most people love the dude or hate the dude.
Well, I mean, he's not. So I'll take that back. I'm not going to say I don't think he was right to be in Star Wars. Like they made him a whiny little like brat, and I don't like. You're supposed to be a huge Sith person, and yet you're walking around crying about you don't know what you want to do or you want to be evil. Like they ruined that whole thing. If they would have just kept him 100% evil and showed him doing like crazy like the fact that they just had Vader in Obi-Wan show rip apart a ship out of the sky. It's like that's what people want to see.
Yeah, my buddy that still works when I was at Disney on Star Wars, I was just doing like the merchandise, the marketing for the movies. So I wasn't like actually working on the movie stuff, but we would always get briefed on what's going on so we could do the marketing for it. And my buddy that still works there, I tried to get it out of him. I was like, well, is it all about Kylo Ren or is it about the Knights of Ren? And he's like, well, it's like the comics. I can't tell you that much, but because they made a comic about it and the comic wasn't that good. It was okay, but.
Well, Sage is one of those people. Like Sage has more Star Wars knowledge, and I'll give him credit than anyone I've ever like met. If there's a book that's like he's read every book, he's read everything, he knows about it all, and like I'll never like take that away from him. Yeah. It's just that I don't. It's just me personally. Like I think the best villain is Vader. Like Vader. Now I know like Revan has a similar backstory, but the Vader dynamic is just completely badass in my opinion.
Dude, like people get all angry when and Shy knows because it was in like Bricketech's chat. They all got mad at me, but I was like,
who?
George
I'm kidding.
Lucas said it himself. Like when I first started working on Star Wars, the 501st, in the style guide that George did, the original concept where they were just 5, it was only 5 of them, and they were called Vader's Fist, and they were elite clone troopers. There were only 5 of them, and they were like these. So that's where Bad Batch came from. They kind of recycled the old idea, but obviously George scaled it up and made them like a huge legion. He made the 501st like a ton of, and they're all arguing with me. They're like, no, it is. And it's like, dude, I used to work for them. I know for a fact. I have the style guide that says they were called Vader's Fist. There was only 5 of them. But then they changed it. I'm not denying that they didn't change it and make a huge 501st. But in the beginning, it was only 5 clones. And they all had individual names. It was like the Bad Batch. But people get so mad when I bring it up. And it's like, dude, there's interviews of George admitting it. And people get so angry. I'm like, I don't know why people get so mad about that. It's just
people take Star Wars extremely serious.
But, I mean, there's interviews where George says, and that's where Dave Filoni got the idea for Bad Batch. He looked back at the old stuff, and he always tries to recycle it. And that's where Bad Batch came from.
Like there's people that, he did take a Wookiee bolt to the chest and keep going. I mean,
but they were getting so mad. They were getting so mad at Brickatech's chat. I'm like, you're not listening to me. I'm saying that's how
we always got mad at you, Sidious. I'm still mad at you from that day. So
you know, BFAB, you were there. You saw people were freaking out. I'm like, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
We're still actually we're putting a hit on you right now as a part of the Brick Attack cult. So, you know.
I mean, I think that's just a part of like being a community that has a lot of, I mean, that's a huge following, like, period. I mean, there's so many people or so many dynamics that you deal with when you deal with like Star Wars people, and then not only like Star Wars Lego people. And there's a lot to keep up with in the Star Wars like community as it is versus, I mean, much less like knowing every little thing about it. But when people get ideas in their head and they think that they're right, it is extremely hard to prove somebody wrong.
I mean, I signed an NDA, so I shouldn't be showing the style guide, but I have the style guide that says it, you know. And like, obviously, in the movies and in Clone Wars, they made it much bigger. The 501st is a whole like Legion troops.
Yeah.
It first started out as 5. It was called Vader's Fist. There's 5 of them. I'm like, but they get so angry, and then I'm like, dude, you're a little kid arguing with me. I used to work for Star Wars. I actually worked for the company. You fool! Like, think what you want, but it's whatever. I mean, you can't. Some people are so stubborn. It's like, dude, whatever.
Well, I mean, you're going to get that anywhere. I mean, I've been a mechanic for the last like 13 years of my life, and I have people tell me all the time that I'm doing something wrong or I suggested something wrong, and I'm just like, okay, whatever you say.
Yeah,
but you do overcharge us, right? Is that true?
I don't overcharge anybody.
Are you ripping us off? That is the question that we're all wondering.
Am I personally ripping you off? No.
Okay. We're going to have to investigate that, guys, because my car bill is pretty high.
Did I work on your car?
Not yet. When I crashed it at Virginia, I was like, yo, hey, Richard, mind helping me out here?
Well, it's going to cost you to ship the car to Richard. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
The last car that I had anything to do with at Virginia broke my knife because of Chef.
Don't blame it on Chef. I didn't even get into this conversation. I had to break into a car and broke the tip of his knife.
I got asked if I could borrow my knife, so I give them like my knife and come back like 30 minutes later with the whole top missing. Like,
it was just a tip.
Look, don't bring just the tip into this, all right?
It was just a tip.
Yeah, the tip isn't that bad. I mean, I wouldn't know, but you know,
he would know,
or maybe I do know.
But no, like that. Like anybody that you deal with, like especially when it's your profession and like you take it, I guess seriously. People that are passionate about it doesn't mean that they're right.
Yeah.
Mayo, it was those were 2 of them, yeah. Not so much Lego Freak. Well, Jim Blade just was like a hater on me to begin with, like BFAB knows. The dude used to time me out and like act like an immature little. I mean, Jim Blade's a punk, so everyone knows that. But
all I gotta say is with that group, I am no longer friends with most of those guys. So
no one likes Jim Blade. He's a punk. He's a little punk, dude. Like he used to come into Hive streams while I'm just talking and write all this mean stuff about me, and I would just ignore it. And I'd be like, see, Hive, look at how immature this dude is. You know, like,
Will, he sent me the instructions to do it, but I'll be honest with you, I'm really waiting just to get the instructions for his ghost. I don't know if you've paid attention to him designing a ghost yet, but yeah, I do have the instructions to redo the mantis. I have not placed a Bricklink order for anything that is not castle related. I have like 4 Brickmania sets down here that are missing like maybe 15 to 20 pieces. And every time I make an order, it has nothing to do with anything but the castle. Like, I don't know any of these people y'all are even talking about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys don't engage anymore. But like, we used to have a group called like the Brick Attack Cult, and yeah, we were pretty toxic. I feel like the only one that wasn't toxic was like Shy. So
it was that bunch was real toxic. It was like
we were all egotistical and we all thought we were better than everyone. Again, with the exception of probably Shy, but like we were like the most cocky, like ego-filled group out there. So
dude, and then Ryan was in the chat, and Ryan was like, Sidious actually does know what he's talking about. I've seen his portfolio, I've seen his LinkedIn, and like Jim Blade's like, no, he's lying. It's like, why would I lie about that? I'm trying to educate you, you little punk. Like, and you're being a punk. Like, I don't know. That you're right though, Beefhead. That's why I stopped going. It was such a toxic.
Okay,
chat.
Here's the thing that I realized over the years, and if you would have asked me like 3 years ago, did I have an ego? I would have told you no. But like I went back and I looked when I had like 7K subs, or like even like
right back.
I think I started streaming with Brick Attack at like 4K subs, and then somebody would come at me and I'd be like, I'm more popular than you. Everyone knows who I am. Shut up. Like I became kind of a jerk. So yeah.
You were always cool with me though in those chats.
I was cool with people if you were cool with me, but I was also like I gained a massive ego. But when you hang out with people with massive egos, you become that way too. You know?
Yeah, but
I still remember like 3 years ago, BFAB joined one of my streams and was like, "Why isn't there more people following you? Hold on." And like left and came back, and next thing I knew, there was like 300 people in the chat. And I'm like, what did you just do?
I think that was Ryan. I know, like, when I shouted you guys out, you guys gained some subs, but, like, I know, like, when Ryan pushed you guys
Ryan was doing a stream and then, like, rated or something. I don't exactly know how it works, but
dude, BFAB's got kids that'll, like, jump off a building if he tells them to. I mean,
I've realized some of my fan base is very cult-like, so.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
You know, I used to appreciate it, but now I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm good. You know?
Jacob loves you, bro. Jacob makes me uncomfortable sometimes in live streams with you too.
You know, he's probably watching the stream right now.
Well, it's like, hey, dude, sometimes he gets a little simpy on you, and it's like, chill, bro. You're creeping me out.
B-Fab's gonna eat something and get some on his chin, and like the guy's just gonna turn around and wipe it off and be like, I got you, bro.
He would, bro, and he'll admit that he would. That's the thing. It's crazy.
I mean, I do have some people that like really, really like me for some reason. I mean, I'm cool with people like liking my content and stuff, but there are people that would like they like me a little too much. So
yeah.
I mean, no doubt about it. Like I've gained friends from this, but I don't think that I don't want whoever is following you. Don't send them my way.
Yo, my fan base, my enemies are so toxic. So, yeah. So if you ever get harassed, my bad, because my trolls are very very dedicated to me. So, to say the least.
I don't want to jinx it, but they seem to have stopped following you around, at least to the places that I'm at. But maybe people are blocking them.
I am now paranoid to this point where. So, okay, let me just, I guess, if you say you know the Sage person, Richard, right?
Yeah, I 100%, like, I work with him. Like,
okay, so is that the person's last name, though?
Yes.
Okay, so the person that is getting harassed that I know, one of the females that were getting harassed, that is their last name. So I thought one of my trolls were in there, so I immediately banned the account.
Oh, no.
So I unbanned it, but that's literally what I thought, because that is a person that is getting, or was getting harassed. So, yeah, that's how paranoid I am. So,
yeah, see, I don't like I've yet to have anyone that really falls into any of that like category, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like, needing to be banned or anything. I had somebody that came in one night, and I personally think that it was just a random account, but they were saying like really like like hurtful things to some people.
Yeah.
And they got banned pretty quick, but that was the only time I've ever like had that happen.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, for a while, I just stopped joining streams with people who were getting harassed because, like, if I like you, you get harassed. If I hate you, you get harassed. We'll see how long this lasts, though. We'll see, what goes on with this crap. So,
I mean, whatever they want to do, their challenge is their challenge.
yeah, no, that is true. So,
the only time I ever harassed people, and I didn't used to do it, but like. So me and a buddy literally play Call of Duty almost every night.
Yeah.
And like, there's always the people you kill and like they trash talk. And I've never been that like person to trash talk back until a couple nights ago. And it's just like there's so many people that get so mad when doing stuff like that. And I've just gotten to where like I've let it fly.
I can't trash talk, but I suck at video games, so. Like, what am I going to do? Trash talk somebody on Candy Crush, Can you even talk to people on Candy Crush?
I don't know.
BFAB, you would love these cheddar garlic biscuits I'm making up, but they're not vegan, bro. I know you're a bread freak.
I know. Yeah, I'm a gross vegan. I'm ashamed.
Man.
I was vegan for like a month because I was playing in a hardcore band that was vegan and they were straight edge. And I was like, I'm not going to do the straight edge thing. You guys are out of your mind, but I'll not eat meat around you guys. But I would always cheat behind their backs and go eat a bacon chili dog. Like, I did it for like a month. God bless people that do that, man. Like, my energy went down, and like, back then I was working out like crazy, so I needed protein and carbs, and like, I don't know, it just wasn't for me.
For me, it's like being vegan is easy, but being affiliated with vegans is hard because we are the most slow individuals out there. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, I'm just ashamed of being a vegan. They're so judgmental. They try to push their BS on everyone, and they act like they're going to save the world. Oh my goodness, you ate a cow? Oh my goodness, you're going to hell. And I'm like, dude, I do not want to be affiliated with you guys, So eat whatever you want. So
this band Earth Crisis used to blow up McDonald's and stuff. Like, you can YouTube it. They're on the news. Like, they were hardcore militant vegan and straight edge, so they wouldn't have sex, they wouldn't do drugs. But they were angry, and I was like, yeah, no wonder you're angry because you're not having sex and you're not partying at all.
Yo, that sounds like my life. Am I a part of the group?
Dude, they literally, and when they would play shows, and they're like, we won't play until everyone puts out their cigarettes. So people would go to the store next door and get raw meat and would throw raw meatballs at them. I'm not kidding, dude. It's on YouTube.
I think that's funny.
It's hilarious, dude. They were getting pelted with like raw meatballs because they
Maya said that there's a lot of people in this community that needs to get banned, but I literally I am honest when I say this. Like, I'm not trying. Like, I guess it's not a brag, but I don't watch enough people's Lego content to know anybody. Like, there's people in this chat that I know, and there's like less people that are out there. But other than that, I do not pay attention to what goes on in the Lego community.
I literally know everyone, I feel, and I know everything because people will tell me if there's drama. Hey, BFAB, you hear about this? And I'm like, no, tell me more. So I know everyone's dirty secrets. I know what's going on behind the scenes. For some reason, people really trust me to tell me everything. So I could make a full-fledged film, like a 3-4 hour film on Lego community stuff that would blow your mind if I told you. So
I stay away from those big channels. Like, after that whole Brickin thing, I was like, screw this. And like, I have my friends like you guys.
I would like to apologize to you on behalf of the Brickin cult. We're all kind of douchey. I've changed, and now the person that is kind of leading the cult now has a dead YouTube channel, and now they're trying to be friends with everyone after they treated everyone like dog crap. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, and welcome to my TED Talk.
Dude, he said
change your underwear or change your personality.
I don't do either. You got to wait till it's a little stained.
Dude, Brickin actually said to me that I'm lucky. I'm lucky that he followed my Instagram page. He's like, I don't follow anyone's pages, and I saw he didn't. He only followed like 20 people.
Yeah.
He's like, he wanted free artwork from me, and he was like, "Your art's so good, I'm gonna follow you." It's like, you just said to my face, "I'm lucky that you follow me." Like, get the hell out of here, dude. Like,
what I realize and what I regret is like how we treated people. Again, when I'm saying like how we treated people, I'm saying like the majority of the group. I'm not counting people like Shy. Shy was always just cool with everyone. But the majority of our group had egos, and we just treated people like dog crap, you know? And so I understand why people didn't like us as a group. And also, like, we treat people like dog crap. The leader of the group would treat everyone horribly, even though we gave him money, we supported him, we had all his stuff. And now that his YouTube channel is super dead, like, extremely dead, now he's trying to talk to all of us and be friends again. So you got to be careful with how you treat people because karma's a bitch. So
how's his stupid RC car channel? He had an RC car channel too.
I'm sub the guy. I just don't really pay attention to a lot of things he does. And a lot of the stuff that has happened bad where like I've defended him, he's always turned it back on me. So I can't say I'm a big fan of the guy. You know, I've told him that to his face. He exists. I don't care to be friends with him. And unless he like apologizes, but there's a lot of stuff where like I got a lot of before I continue, Richard, you know about if we talk drama in your stream? I'm not going to try to turn this into a drama stream.
Yeah, like I don't care. I just don't like. I find it funny that y'all like. I know none of these people.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a time where the trolls were harassing like all of us and whatever because the whole troll harassment started when we defended his wife, right? The people who are getting harassed till this day, it's because we defended.
Talking about?
Brickin, he's a channel. He has like 200,000 subs. So we defended his wife, and then everyone that kind of stepped in started getting harassed. And then like recently, he literally blamed us all for what happened. And so I'm livid about the whole situation still. And then he has a Discord, and I used to like promote my stuff on his Discord, and everyone in his chat got angry at me. And instead of him like saying, "Hey, it's a self promo here," he just kind of took their side. And then we had an incident in our group where somebody did something really inappropriate towards one of like the group members, and we all talked about like bringing it up as like a group. I bring it up, and then everyone goes, "BFAB, you're a drama starter," and everyone kind of gangs up on me. So I'm like, you know, you live and you learn. You know, it's hard to support people who, you know, treat you like crap. And I'm not saying I was like this perfect person, but like talk about no loyalty whatsoever, like, and treating his own friends like dog shit when you were at the top, and now that your channel is dead, you want to talk to us again. So,
Richard,
you know,
he had a podcast with Ryan from MR back in the day. That's how I knew. I found out about him.
I mean, I know Ryan. Like Ryan and me get along great. I mean, but I don't. But there's, like I've said before, though, there's only honestly one person in the whole Lego community that I've ever met that's rubbed me wrong. And even though he's rubbed me wrong, I still, every time I see him, I say, "Hey," but like, I still don't like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I wish he'd get hit by a car.
Yeah, you don't trust him. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But I mean, BFAB was right. It was such a egotistical, cringy. Like the only people I actually liked in there was like Shy, Ryan, BFAB. Like they were all cool, but the rest of the people in that chat were like, and it was a popular chat back then. It was like, it was during the pandemic, and like he would have like live streams, and they were popular, and they were people in there were so immature and egotistical that it was crazy, dude.
Oh, we used to pull like easy like 200 to 400 viewers. Like that was easy.
Yeah, it was packed. Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, no, we all got egos, and I look back at some of the messages I've sent people because like I was always cool with you until I felt like you came at me, and I'm like, dude, I was a jerk. Like I was nice to like. Overall, I was really nice. Like if I saw somebody that I liked to bring them in our group, I'd bring them in our chat. Like I was very accepting until I felt like you crossed me. Like if somebody said, "Hey, BFAB, you don't know what you're talking about," then I'd like take a shot back at them. Or somebody came at me. So and I realized, dude, I was like, I wasn't a jerk. I was like a jerk, extreme jerk, So.
But you were always defending me. You're like, dude, I've seen his LinkedIn, I've seen his portfolio. He's not talking out of his butt, and like.
Well, yeah, because I do with Crucidious, right? Like the second, I remember when you were first saying that, I didn't know what to believe, but I wasn't going to call you out because I didn't know anything, right? And then when you showed me, and people kept saying, "Nah, he's saying BS," so that's when I jump in and be like, "It's not true." He showed me proof. He knows what he's saying. Like I believe in like telling the truth. That's all I care about. Like that's what I have. My word, my dignity. So
I'm the same way, dude. But that's the funny thing is because Brickin saw my portfolio and everything too, and he wouldn't defend me. I'm like, yo, tell these little punks to shut up. Like, just tell him, be like, he's not BSing. I've seen his stuff, like, and he wouldn't do it. And it's like, you want me to give you free artwork, but you won't. You let these kids just bash me in your chat, like, and ban me. Like, dude, like, make up your mind here, bro. Like,
I've never bashed you. Give me some free artwork. I just need you to create another logo.
we all been asking Sidious for free artwork. I sent him 50 emails. He said contact my manager's manager. So
I'm just super backed up right now. But
I'm just kidding around. I mean, for me, it's like I'm content with my artwork currently or my sig fig, but I feel like if I change it, like no one will know who I am. My channel's kind of already dead, but I can't.
I still think that fist with the brick would work for you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't even have a sig fig. The thing that I did was I took one of the torsos that has my logo on it and put a skeleton head on it. Yeah, Will needs free artwork too.
Dude, my butt chop was asking me, like, I'm just so backed up right now. Well,
I don't
mind.
Go back to something you said earlier, though. I'm actually going to see a straight edge hardcore band tomorrow night. But I will tell you that if you have anything bad to say, you could exit and leave the chat.
What?
The band that I'm going to see.
He's gonna go see Nickelback, I guarantee it.
I'm going to see I'm going to go see a hardcore band tomorrow night that is straight edge. But I always have supported them, and I don't care what anybody says.
I have no issues with it. I just couldn't do it myself. Like my band, we party.
No. I'm saying, well, I don't. I mean, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm just saying that there's people that are in this band that are. I'm going to watch Acacia Strain.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Be the first time.
Also, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's the first time I've been to something like that in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been to a hardcore show in a long. Last one I went to was like a Madball show, like in the city. It's been a long time.
I don't really consider Acacia Strain hardcore though.
They're kind of like screamo metal, like I don't know. They're good. They're more like metal though, I think, than they are like hardcore.
The last hardcore band I seen was Terror.
Yeah, they're dope. I'm boys with all those guys. Because the guitarist is from Hatebreed. It's from one of my old bands. My cousin plays in Hatebreed. So, like, I know all the dudes from Terror, but they've changed up the lineup a lot. The singer used to play in a band called Despair before he moved to California. He used to live in New York, and so we all used to chill with him. He used to be in the band Despair. They were really good, too. And that's why Terror is so good, because he came from Despair. He went there. And the kids who played in Terror were already good, and he's a good singer. It was just a perfect combo. They're a really good band. They like idolized Hatebreed, so whenever they would come over here, they would always like chill with all of us.
Oh no, our boys at Camel Brick City vanished. Don't leave us. Also, for Mayo, I just wanted to say, Mayo, I'm not trying to expose anyone. I know that sounds bad, but I am a shit talker. But like, if I have an issue with you, you'll just know about it. Like I don't hide anything back. Maybe I should be more quiet with what I say, but it's not to expose the guy. I don't hate the guy. I think he's done a lot of shitty things. And treated his friends like dog crap, and there's just been no accountability with it. Like that's my only issue. If you're gonna come at people and say whatever and do whatever, don't treat your friends like crap. And if you do and you messed up, just take accountability. But there's no accountability. So that's all I gotta say. Sorry.
Dude, that's hilarious. The Death Star is flat, not round. I've never seen that. That's funny, man.
I thought it was hot dog shaped. I worked with a guy.
When they made the globe set, everyone's like, "Oh, a Death Star would look cool like that," and it doesn't look that cool. It's just a gray ball. Like there's no detail. I like the one when people make mocks of it when it's like under construction because it has all like cool greebling and they use plates to make it look all broken up. Like when it's just a round, perfectly bald Death Star with gray plates. To me, that's just boring as hell. But teach their own, but I don't know. I think like Ryan has one that's made like the globe, Lego globe, and it's a Death Star, and it just looks bland. It's like that thing looks stupid, but that's just my personal taste.
Yo, Cities, why are you calling me stupid, bro? No, I'm kidding.
It's a gray ball, dude. Like in Lego, it doesn't translate that well.
I'm just glad I have the 2016 version, and I got mine for like next to nothing. Like my friend had a Source, so I only paid $330 for my Death Star. The 2016 version when it was $500. So yeah, sealed in the bags.
I've got the original Death Star that I only paid $250 for.
Now the question is, did you get it sealed?
No, well, I opened it. I've already built it once.
Yeah. I love the set. Like I used to like kick it every morning. I'd wake up and be by my bed, and I just kick it every morning by mistake. That was great.
Oh, the playset one is cool because I mean it's got all those little rooms and like it's like got a story to it and like it has scenes from the movie. But like just the small version, like the Lego Globe set, that's just gray that people mock. It's just boring, dude. It's like there's nothing to it. Like it's just a gray ball. Like I don't know. That's just my personal taste. I mean, art is subjective, so.
I mean, like I agree. I think it's like it's very when they showed it in the movie, like it's menacing. It's very cool. I love how everybody does like the mocks of the stuff in it, like the hangers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're totally right. It's just a gray ball. I mean, it's a moon. That's all it is. It's a moon.
It looks cool in the movie because you see all the little details in the rooms, but it's hard to pull off in a small scale Legos. It's just gray plates in a circle when it's Lego.
Yeah,
so
in Lego, you'll never get great detail out of that.
You can't, no, unless you build it like really, really huge, you know, and like agreeable the hell at the outside. But and put lights.
Didn't somebody just do like a 200 or 2 million piece Millennium Falcon or something?
You see those Star Destroyers that they make that are like 18 feet long, and some of those are impressive. It's like, damn, dude. Like
the only thing that sucks about those is they're cool to look at, but I don't really like them as much as most people because I know the frames inside are mostly made out of wood and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm not a big scale dude. I build everything like the size of a modular or smaller and just put a ton of detail in. So I just have a different style. But because a lot of times when you build like super big, you lack a lot of the detail. Like your castle is cool because you put all the bricks and the textures popping out of the walls. It's not just like a flat wall, you know, like you actually put detail into it. But a lot of people build like when Solid Brick Studios did that Jedi Temple, I was not impressed at all because it was just flat and it was huge. There was not much detail in it. It was like it wasn't anything impressive. Just the size of it was impressive to me. But
I will tell you though that David has talent.
Yeah, I mean he's okay.
He has talent.
He's okay.
The thing that I will go against and say that I don't follow suit is the fact that like he has a lot of backing from Lego. Like he's not out there grinding at a job to get money to buy the stuff to do this. Like he's just not. And now he has his own grind. Don't get me wrong, but I mean Lego is literally sending him every Star Wars set they come out with, and like here, review this for us.
That's why I need to get a lad, but with my reputation, it'll never happen. And that's why I have to go undercover and become a new person.
Get a deeper voice, change your hair.
Literally, like I would have to rebrand. I mean, the people are like, "Oh, yeah, B-Fab lad. Did you hear this, and that?" And yeah, so plus my last email wasn't the most friendly when they rejected me a second time. So
I like
people like, don't send the email, B-Fab. I'm like, dude, I'm honest. I'm sorry, and I sent the email, so I will never get a lad.
I like the you told the dude off basically.
Yeah, I did. Well, here's what pissed me off. So at that time, I was really engaging with the Lego community. He said, like, you don't engage with the Lego community. Like, and that was like the second reason. And I got so pissed off because I'm like, dude, I'm bringing in all these people that no one knows about. I'm engaging in every stream that I can. And it wasn't to get a lad, right? But and when he said that you're not engaging in the Lego community, I just got pissed. So.
Yeah, that's kind of BS. Like that's the. I mean, you have simps, bro.
I was like, bro, you don't know me. Well, here's the thing. I've always been about the Lego space. I've always helped whoever. I've always helped the small guy, people that no one knows about. I've always like brought people in just based on your personality. It was never to like see what I could benefit from or whatever. It was like, if I like you, I help you. And that's what I've always done. And so when the person said like, I don't engage in the Lego community or whatever, and all this crap, and like I'm not like a part of the community, I got so pissed. Like I snapped. So
Dude, didn't Brickin, speaking of him earlier, he told him off too, didn't he? Like, because he got rejected.
He did, but the funny thing is, so before Kim got fired, so there's a guy named Kim. He told a lot of people stuff. Like, he told me that I'd get it a second time if I applied. He also told Brickin the same thing, but he got fired, so.
Yeah.
Mark, if I'm not mistaken, whenever me and Mark were doing it, I think he tried to like go on there and sign up for it, and they basically declined us because of I didn't have enough like followers.
You know, and the funny thing is that makes no sense because it just seems like land is unpredictable. And without me saying too much of my opinion, the last time I did that, it got me canceled. So here's what I'll say. I have seen them accept people with 8 followers on Twitch. Land is looking for things, and their logic is very all over the place. So I don't know. Like one person might have 8 subs and get it, and one person you might not have enough if you don't have 20,000 followers or whatever. So.
Well, what people don't realize is they're not just sending to land members. Like Star Wars Theory has the biggest Star Wars channel out there, like huge. Like Emmasaurus's channel is a crumb compared to that dude. And like they send him the sets, and they get a better reach of him reviewing the set because he has way more followers. And like Nerd of the Rings, that Lord of the Rings dude, he's got like he makes Emmasaurus's channel times 1,000,000, and then that's how many followers he has. Like the dudes are like. So Lego sends them; those are real influencers, not in the community, like actual real influencers. So,
yeah, but see, the thing that I feel bad about that though is it goes back to the whole like Ryan thing. Like Lego doesn't necessarily want to hear anything other than positive feedback.
Oh no, definitely. That's why I think their land program is BS. But it's what my point is they already have Lego fans that watch Ryan's channel. They want to send the set to someone like Star Wars Theory that has millions of people that actually don't buy that much Lego.
Yeah.
Try to keep them involved. It's just a smart marketing tactic. So when I hear land members talking at cocky, I'm like, you guys aren't even the real influencers. People like Nerd of the Rings and Star Wars Theory are the real people that are like actually doing stuff. But it's, people in land get all egotistical sometimes. So it is what it is.
Hey, I know I have a massive ego, okay?
Well, dude, I've worked with a lot of brands, and as a creative director, you run the ambassador. You come up with the concept of the ambassador programs.
But see, there's the thing about the Lego community though; it's so different. So, like, I'll go like what Will just said. Like, everybody has their own thing. Don't get me wrong, but like, so I mean, even in some of the videos that I've been doing about like this whole mock series thing that I started. Like, there is a lot of people that I like solely respect in the Lego community. But if all you're doing is building sets, you're not doing anything for me. You're just not. I don't care. I'm not that type of person. You can review a set all you want to. It doesn't mean shit to me just because of the simple fact that I can build it and come up with a totally different perspective than you.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's subjective. I agree.
If all you're doing is building sets, that does nothing for me. Like, I want to see you, in your mind, create something.
It's him and me. That's why I like your castle updates and everything, and I comment on them because I like to see people do that. That's like, as a designer, I love that stuff. I'm
not gonna lie. I stole someone's idea. I don't know who sent it to me. Someone sent me someone's idea, or someone made something. I don't know who was the original creator. If you're watching this, I am sorry. It might have been BFAB, but
it was all me. Yep.
Somebody sent me somebody else's creation. And the minute I seen that, I was like, I'm stealing it. Let me hold on real quick because I believe I can pull it up through Instagram on here.
Dude, the funniest was when I watched Emily's video where she was in Paris, and like the whole time she was worried about getting mugged. It was like, damn, girl, come to New York, you're gonna crap your pants. Like, if you're in Paris of all places, afraid that you go outside that you're gonna get mugged.
I'm 6 foot tall and 270 pounds. And when I went to New York, I was like, why is everybody staring at me?
Yeah, especially you go into the Bronx or Harlem, bro. They're going to look at you, especially if you're
white. Let me present this. So I'm going to show you this, but 100%, I stole that. 100%. I don't know who designed it. I don't know where they got the idea, but they did theirs in light gray and dark bluish gray. And I was like, I'm stealing it and doing it in black and blue.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, Lego might have even done that in the past. You never know. Like,
Lego didn't do that.
That's one thing. My on the Ideas platform, the dude who runs that's cool because people took my Spaceballs mock and they took my Goonies mock and straight up put it on there. And I reached out to them and I proved it. I'm like, look, this has been posted on my site for years, and they took it down. And then the kid got mad at me. He writes me, he's like, they told me that you said that. I'm like, dude, well, you stole my stuff and took credit for it on Lego Ideas, bro. Like, of course you're gonna get called out, man. Like,
City's not about to do the same. I need to make that money, you know.
It was one of the kids even told me, he DM'd me, and I didn't look at the requests, but he DM'd me, telling me he was gonna take it. And it's like, who in your right mind do you think that someone's gonna be cool with that? Like, you're taking credit for my art and putting it on Lego Ideas? No.
I don't understand. Like, I would feel like a failure that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there would be like the reason I'd build mocks if I did was to be like, I don't know, like a praise. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'd be demoralized if I, stole somebody else's mock.
No More said that was he thought that no, like I'll send you No More what somebody sent me. Like somebody made a castle and that was at the entryway. And it was done in like stone, but I wanted to, so the like main hall has black and blue tile, and I wanted to match that. And both of those pieces came in black and blue, and I wanted to like when I started this mock, I had to add color to it. I didn't want it to just be a gray box.
Yeah, but see, the cool thing is that you took inspiration and you made it your own, and you admit that you got inspiration from someone else. It's when someone steals it and tries to get like credit on Lego Ideas.
Oh, I'll be 100% with you. Like if I take your idea, like there's a bunch of stuff in the castle that I've saw people's ideas, and I'm like, how can I tweak that to make that work for my stuff?
Yeah, that's just. I
will give them credit when credit is due. Like I'm not like I know what it's like to be out there and like have something stole. Like I'm not gonna deny anybody any kind of fame. Like take your fame. I'll tell them you did it. All I'm saying is if you put something on the internet and it has to do with Lego and I like the way that it is built and I can deconstruct it in my mind to build it, I am going to.
Like I was the first dude who ever did the shirts with the mashup of the classic space logo and doing the Death Star with a TIE fighter going around it. Like, dude, when I worked as a graphic designer for Lego over 15 years ago, I was pitching the idea to them to do mashups of that, like for different themes and change the space to the planet. And they kept denying it. And then all of a sudden, all the fans ripped me off and they start making shirts of my art. And I'm like, what the? At least give me credit, you people. Like, I was the first dude to ever come up with that. Like, and now everyone's like, they talk crap. It's like, well, you're talking crap about me, but you're stealing my artwork. Like, make up your minds, people. Like,
there's a lot of people that do stuff like that. I mean, the bad thing is that's like a whole different world. Because if you can design something, it is really simple to steal, like shirt wise. But at least if it's Lego, like I have to do some work. I have to deconstruct it.
Yeah, I mean, I was pitching Lego years ago, telling them to do like Star Wars version, like make a Darth Vader with the classic space print on his chest with the Death Star and a TIE fighter. And then I ended up making a T-shirt of it. Like Ryan wears it, Brick Hive wears it, and then everyone started ripping it off. But they talk crap about me, but you steal my artwork. Like, so
when it comes to like two-dimensional art, it is very easy to steal something.
Yeah, but now with the blockchain, people can actually take full credit for it, and you could sue somebody. But that's why with like my Raiders brand of clothing, I trademark all my popular stuff, and like I've had to send cease and desist to a lot of people. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad." It's like, yeah, you're bad. It's trademarked. You see a little TM next to it, fool? Like it's called a trademark. Like.
So I learned.
I wish I could make my artwork into like merchandise, kind of like what you do, Sidious. But I feel like my artwork would like be so unique that like it'd sell like tons of shirts. Just because my art style is super weird.
I mean, that's what I do. I just make creative mashups, and it's stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So it sells because it fills a little niche, But it's done on purpose. So I just find it funny when they talk crap about me, and then it's like, well, you stole my art. And you're talking all this crap about me. You're just a hater. Like, that's what it is. Like, you're just being a hater. So,
I had a buddy that was telling me. So he owns a screen printing process or a screen printing company. Sorry, and I was trying to explain to him like, so I had an idea it was about a year ago. I was gonna take the blocks out of the 2Bs, and mine was gonna be Boba Fett, and the other one was gonna be the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I was like, how much trouble could I really get in if I like printed this? And he was like, well, here's the thing. He was like, if you print it and you wear it and, it's only you, then you're never really going to get in trouble. He was like, you have to reach a like very high value of selling things.
Yeah, then they come after you.
And he was like he told me, for instance, like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is the 100% most copyrighted thing there is. Everyone copyrights it. And he was like, the other thing is when you look at stuff like Darth Vader, for instance, Disney doesn't necessarily care that you copyright that because that is already stamped. Like everyone knows who Darth Vader is. So can you get in trouble for copywriting it? Yes. But it's highly unlikely that you're going to get caught because there's so many people out there doing it that you're never going to reach that level of getting their, notability.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. They only go after the people that are making big money that they see as a threat. And but they could if they want, even if you're smart, if they really want to, they can come at you no matter what. But they usually don't unless you're like a threat to them and they see that you have a ton of sales. And so it's like
WWE knocked me for a freaking it was like a 6-second segment. And I even credited them for doing it. And they were like, you need to take it down or we're pressing charges.
Yeah, they're jerks.
In a video?
On a video, yeah. I posted a video that literally it was when I was doing, I think it might have been a Brick Mania review. It was when I was building all the Shermans. I literally had the Shermans out there, and me and Mark were doing the reviews where he had one and I had one, and we were both going to roll them together. And there's a scene from like the early 90s, maybe late 80s, where Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage are about to shake hands, and they're talking about like, if you do that, like they don't know what'll happen, like the world could collapse and blah 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 from like the power that's about to happen. And I put that in the video as the tanks were pulling up, and WWE hit me and was like, "Yep, you need to take it down."
So here's what I realized with using like copyrighted footage, because most of the time, if it's 5 seconds or less, the system won't detect it. However, if you size it differently and you blur the background, so here's how I get away with doing it. I'll take the official like footage of whatever I use, I'll make it really large, and I'll completely blur it, then I'll make a smaller version of it, and usually the system won't pick it up. So
yeah, but this was this is what I learned from that. So anything you do digitally now, like what Stud was talking about, it pretty much has a serial number. And anytime the serial number gets copied or posted anywhere else, it pretty much like has a trail behind it.
Yep, it's got a footprint wherever it goes.
When you do a video, like if I were to go on one of your videos and let's say take something and add it, because like for instance, I did it to Shy's video. I've done it to like No More sent me video. Everybody, I can add stuff into my videos, and technically I got their permission. That's one thing. But when you have a massive company like that, like there's literally people that are watching stuff to get pinged for that.
Yeah, WWE is a big team. They have a really big team of designers and lawyers, like huge team.
Which to me, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever because it's like I'm not gaining anything from it. Like even if I was getting paid, I don't know how. Like I'm not Hulk Hogan, I'm not Randy Savage, I'm not bad talking the company. Like there was literally no like evil done, but they immediately.
With those two though, they get seen or posted. WWE pays for it.
Well, I didn't think about
even if it's a 5-second clip.
I didn't think about this until like later on down the road. And Hulk Hogan got busted for all that racial stuff. And I was wondering if it was because of that, because it had like the WWE name next to Hulk Hogan. But like I still don't understand like how that could happen because he had that, like he's had a following for so long, like you just associate the two.
Yeah.
Well, didn't people steal footage from his house too? Like he got in trouble for all kinds of stuff.
He's got, well, the main thing was when he was talking about, like, his daughter was apparently dating, like, a black guy or something, and he said something, and they stole the footage of him saying it, but what was weird was it was like if I was on a phone call with one of y'all, like, it wasn't like him going out in public and saying it, like, someone stole the information of him saying it.
Yeah.
So probably the person he was talking to recorded the phone call, likely? I don't know.
Well, I don't think it was a phone call. Like, I think it was something even worse than that. Or, like, not worse, but, like, more, stupid than that. But I guess they just seen a way to, like, gain some, maybe a little bit of notoriety.
If any of you guys ever say anything insensitive and become famous, I'm canceling you guys. I'll be like, look, TMZ, I have a clip of Richard saying that. No, I'm kidding.
Well, dude, I mean, I threatened John Mayer as a joke. I have, dude, videos of him in tighty whities running around on New Year's Eve, dude. He's all like skinny and pale and like in tighty whities, like. And I would always threaten him, and he would just joke around. I would never do it, but man, I have so much incriminating stuff on that dude. It's not even funny.
Well, guys, we ever need to cancel John Mayer? I know he's only a one-hit wonder. We have Sidious to back us up.
I'm about to ask who John Mayer was.
The guy that's waiting on the world to change.
Your Body is a Wonderland. Like, you've heard his songs. They're cringy.
Hey, I know who you're talking about. I don't listen to that.
Now he's in the Grateful Dead. He plays in Jerry Garcia's role in Dead. But
does he really?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He's a good guitar player, but he sold out. I mean, I tell him right to his face. And he says, yeah, I sold out. They wanted him to be, like, Columbia Records wanted him to be the next Dave Matthews. So he did all that pop stuff, and he signed a 5-year deal. He had to do 5 albums of that crap.
Why can't someone pay me to sell out? I want to sell out.
He dropped out of Berklee School of Music. He was in a really good music program, and he dropped out to do that. I mean, it worked out, obviously, but
I need the fame. Actually, I don't need the fame. I just need the money from it.
Yeah, I wish like one day I could like
fame,
become Rick and no one know who I am. That'd be amazing, you know?
I feel like you've stuck yourself in a position. You're done for.
Yeah.
God dang it.
You'll never be able to do anything else. You are BFAB.
I need to like rebrand and come back, you know? Fake my death or something. Guys, if I ever go missing and people say I'm dead, I probably fake my death. Until you find out it's true. Like, oh yeah, he got in a car crash again, you know? This time it took him. He was going to Brickin, Chicago.
What you need to do, I'm like right now 100%. If you need to copy this, but I need the money from it. You need to do this video with like you in a dark bathroom in a tank top with like some spaghetti spilled on it with your hair bleached white and just be like, all you get is one shot, but I'm going to go for 2. Just go for there.
Sure, great idea. Yeah. No, I was recently talking to someone and I was like, dude, like I already have an idea. Oh, did Chef leave? Bye, Chef.
Yeah, Chef said he's got to go.
No, I didn't even hear him. Sorry, Chef. I already have a plan on how I'm going to vanish from YouTube. It is going to happen. I already kind of know the plan. I've already told like one person. So,
but do you really think you would be able to leave YouTube?
I think so, just because of all like the hassle that I've had to deal with it. So it's weird with all the drama, all the stuff I've been dragged into, all the stuff I've been accused of that weren't true. Like it has taken a toll on me, and like time and time again, I have to like pressure myself to come back to the community, right? Or like there was a time about, I don't know, a couple months ago where I left for like 3 months, and like every single day I was getting like 3 to 5 messages. Hey, are you doing okay? Are you all right? And that's the reason I'm back engaging with people, because there was a point I just didn't want to talk to anyone. Because if I either joined a stream, somebody would get harassed, or if I joined a stream, people would try to cancel me, or people just like hated on me. And you know what? Some of this shit is self-inflicted, right? Like, if I don't know, a lot of this shit is is it okay? Let me rephrase what I'm trying to say. Some of it is self-inflicted. Like if I was a nicer person, maybe people wouldn't try to cancel me every time I breathe. But like, it's just like, I don't know. I don't care for the Lego community as much as I used to. I used to kind of like, engage in the community just kind of as like a stress reliever, as a place to go where like I was depressed because I was that kid that like had no friends. So I'm like, dude, let me go in the Lego community, make friends, talk to people. And at one point people really liked me, but now like people hate my guts. So like being hated sucks. And like for me, it's like I don't really care about Lego anymore.
Well, a lot of it goes back to too is the people, like, and not just in Lego, like in general, people create a monster out of somebody else, and then as soon as that person becomes a monster, they get mad at the other person for it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like if I pushed you around all the time but told you shouldn't let people push you around, and then you don't let you like stand up to me and then me get mad at you.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that build people up, even in like the negativity, like, hey, you need to go say this to this person or go say that to this person. And then you do. And they're like, oh, well, why did you do that? That was mean.
Yeah. But that's the thing. People get mad at me when I like like I'm used to being around professional designers where they critique your work because it makes it better. They're like, I would have done this, or why didn't you think of this, or try this. So I'm used to that. That's pro designers do that. That's what you do. Like when you work on projects, you put it up on the wall, and everyone's called an internal review, and everyone takes shots at it. But they do it in a positive. They're not being mean, but they're just being honest. And when I do that in the Lego community, people get so sensitive, and it's like, dude, I just said how much I loved your work. I just said maybe try this technique or this could improve it, and they get so mad. But it's like,
well, that's because people don't like whether anybody like 100%. Like, how can I word this? Like, I don't like. For instance, you told me about the castle, the fact that I used dark bluish gray for the stone and didn't do light bluish gray at all.
Yeah.
Like all, that stuff right there doesn't bother me at all. Like, believe me, I thought about that. Like, I thought about throwing tan in there. I thought about like,
yeah.
But like the thing is there's certain people out there that might not have thought about that, and you tell them that, and that helps them. And you tell that to somebody, it helps them. They design something better. They come out with a better mock, whatever, and all of a sudden they have the credit to say, "Well, man, I didn't really think about it, but Stud told me about this."
I mean, it's just.
But
like,
there's also the other people that are going to say the minute you do something or give them any kind of, like you said, any kind of critiquing whatsoever, they're going to get mad and be like, "Well, you shouldn't have told me what I needed to do because I knew how to do it."
Yeah, well, obviously they didn't if they're not doing normal design fundamentals. But
I mean,
well, the thing is, like, even with like me, like I'm brutally honest with people, and sometimes I need to be a little bit more chill. Like Richard, that one day I got really drunk and I sent you a message. I just went into you with your whole thumbnail stuff, and I'm like, I probably would have approached that differently, but like, I mean, well, because I see what you can do, and when I see somebody that has potential not taking advantage of that, it's not that I get angry; it's like I get passionate about it. So, you know,
these people say, "What do you think?" And then I tell them what I think, and then they get mad. It's like, I just told you that I liked it, but you could have done this to improve it, and you don't have to. And I even say, I'm like, art is subjective. If you like it the way it is, it's fine. Like, not everyone's gonna like everything. Like, there's no right or wrong. No matter
what anybody says, you have to change to evolve, and if you don't evolve, there's no point in doing anything. Like,
exactly.
If you think that if you build something, and I don't care what anybody says, nobody in the world is going to build something that's absolutely perfect. I don't care what it is. If somebody cannot walk up to you and say, well, and not even tell you some way better to do it, but say, I would have done it this way, that should never make you mad, ever. Because, yes, it is kind of like, I guess it does sound very degrading, but it isn't meant to be that way. And just like the reason why I started this whole mock series, and so far out of me doing the mock series, I figured I was going to get I was ready to, like, you can ask Justin. Me and Justin were talking about this. I was ready to go to war. I was like, somebody is going to start like talking crap about the way that I'm doing this. But that's like the great thing, especially about Lego, is just because you build something one way and I build it the other, has like it doesn't matter. Like, we're both getting the good outcome. But there is that one person that's going to see that video and go, man, I've never thought about doing it that way.
It's totally subjective at the end of the day. Art is totally subjective. I'm just used to being in an environment where designers are very honest with each other, and they talk about it and hash things out, and then you improve your work. You know, like that's, like you said, that's how you get better. And like and it's funny because a lot of these fan designers in the Lego community think they're designers, but they can't handle that. Well, then you're never going to be an actual designer because you can't handle that. You have to be able to handle that. Like, I mean, otherwise you're going to cry. You're going to cry when people put your stuff on the wall and it's torn up. Like, you're going to get upset. Like,
it's just like what BFAB said though about my thumbnails. Like, I was trying to take very detailed pictures and like make it to where you could see everything. And BFAB and Shy both messaged me like in the same day. It was like, you need to change from what you're doing to this. And it's like, simplicity worked. Like,
it does.
If I wouldn't have listened to them, like, even if it did get me 10 subscribers, if I didn't listen to them, would it have got me the 10 subscribers? Maybe not. Would it have got me the 10 views? Maybe not. Like, there's always things that, like I said, you have to change. And if you don't change, you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I look at it like this. So back in the day, I used to have overcomplicated thumbnails, right? And people don't care because if you look at it, like it depends what device you're using, right? So if you have like a really detailed thumbnail or like a very, I don't know, basic thumbnail, you have to ask yourself like how it looks on each device. And that's why nowadays I make very basic thumbnails. They can still look good and be basic. You know, like the basic thing is working for you. But like, let's say you're watching on a phone and you have like a, I don't know, a basic thumbnail with nothing on there. It looks, you know.
I was about to say what I learned from that is from you and Shy and all that, and like taking everything into consideration. That if I started editing my thumbnails on my phone, that way when it uploads into there, I know exactly what you're seeing versus maybe seeing something that's getting cut out.
Yeah.
BFAB, that's called, just so you know the name, it's called responsive design. Like the design responds to the environment it's in. So it goes from mobile to desktop. And it's like, you're right, but it's just called responsive design. That's the name for it. So you can sound fancy when you tell people that it's responsive design.
I'll forget it in 2 days. I already barely know what I'm saying half the time, you know?
And I mean, like the bad thing is like, so I'll tell everybody, especially like Will's on here. Will knows a little bit about it. So me and Justin, and there's another guy that's in our lug, talk on the regular. Like me and Justin talk more than anybody else. We are literally planning it's a Star Wars mock. I'm doing 4x4 base plates. Justin's doing 4x4 base plates, and somebody else is doing 4x4 base plates. So we are literally doing a massive scene. And the one thing that I know I'm going to get backlash from is like the people in the Star Wars community. Like, oh, well, that's not time period correct, or blah, blah, blah. So me and Justin have already nailed it down. Like everything we're doing, it is a clone attack. It has nothing to do with anything that you're ever going to see canon. In the planet that it's on, we are making it up. If you want to find it, contact George Lucas and he'll tell you where it's at. It's next to Tatooine.
I mean, I do stuff like that all the time. Like I did a Darth Vader speeder bike. You know, he doesn't really have a speeder bike, but I made one. You know, it's just fun.
Like your blood bank thing. It would be like me telling you, well, that doesn't fit in the city that you made it to go in.
Yeah,
you need to rebuild it. It doesn't fit in.
That's what I mean. It's so subjective. Like art is so subjective, and a lot of people in the community get so angry. And it's like, dude, it's subjective. Everyone's gonna have a different opinion, but there are certain design fundamentals that professionals learn that they use. And if a fan's not using those, I will point it out and say, hey, if you did this, it will improve your work. And then they get angry. So it's just like whatever. I give up. Like don't ask me.
A lot of it goes back to what Will said, though. It's like, I mean, it really, when you look at something that has any kind of, I mean, I guess it's with anything whatsoever you do, even if it's your job, like anybody can critique it. But at the end of the day, if it's not killing you, if me telling you something isn't killing you, what does it matter?
Exactly.
Yeah. If you don't,
I'm always down to take feedback from everyone because no matter what, if you kind of combine like with what everyone's saying to you and you just take parts of it, it's only going to help you, right? So
yeah, it's a big part of design is the feedback, man.
I'll tell you that, like, so BFAB, me and you might argue right here about this, but maybe not. So I've got a buddy who created a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel was all about him going in the world, and he basically, when COVID happened, he got furloughed, and he was like, this is my chance to do exactly what I want to do. I want to go to thrift stores and stuff like that and find stuff to buy and flip.
Okay. Yep.
He wanted to do. So he dove into the YouTube side of it much deeper. Like he looked at analytics. He looked at what you needed to do. He looked at like how it, like if finding a Mariah Carey CD was a trending thing, he was going to every Goodwill that he could find that day to find a Mariah Carey CD. He was literally following every trend that was possible. And he hit 1,000 subscribers a lot faster than I did, but I was like tripling views on videos.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of switched over to, he got his degree in something about health, and he's becoming pretty much a trainer.
Yeah.
And he's gotten rid of the flip stuff and went to like the training side of it so he can get his name out there. He was actually a wrestler. He was on Tough Enough for WWF when it was like season 1. And he's just decided to do like this next venture in his life. And he was telling me the other day, there's a guy that he like respects that's a media like legend, and he was telling me this video.
Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V.
Yeah, I used to work for him.
He literally said, he was like, if you want to get famous, he was like, post 100 pictures a day. He said, it does not matter what the content is. He goes, post 100 pictures a day. He said, you will get so much attention because you will flood people that they like can't, they can't not see you.
Yeah, there's a good balance though with that. Like Gary gets, because I used to work for him at VaynerX. Like that was actually one of the last like full-time gigs before I started my own business. And he's awesome. Gary's the man. But Gary was also working at a liquor store when I was winning Effie awards. So I used to like bust his chops about it. Be like, dude, you were working at a liquor store when I was winning the top awards in the industry, bro. But he's nasty. I mean, the dude's a millionaire. He's nasty. Like Gary's the man. But he hosts a series called Trash Talk where he himself drives around in his Range Rover, goes to tag sales and gets stuff and then flips it. Yeah. So he teaches people how to do it. And people make good money doing that. Like, it's crazy how like there's people that just do that, and like they make good money. Gary, he's a cool dude.
The main thing that me and Chris like disagree on is Chris sent me, it was like, I bet he sent me 50 Lego memes the other day. But the problem is like, and I understand that's content, but I don't want to post that content. So I am technically hurting myself in the situation. But
I see people's logic with that. My throat is so dry today. Sorry. I understand the logic of posting so much that you're kind of in people's face, and I see content creators do it, like the Just Too Goods, the Ash and Flashes, and it pays off. But people always look at you as a mediocre creator because if you're posting a lot, you're never going to put out quality stuff.
Well, but Gary does preach that. Gary says to put out he's put out at least 12 different pieces of content on different platforms a day, but he's kind of hypocritical because in the next voice he'll say, well, it's got to be quality creative. And then the next voice he says, we'll just bombard people. So he does go a little back and forth, but his methods do work. I mean,
look at like Gary V's YouTube channel, how dead it is. The guy has 4 million subscribers and can barely pull any views.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of
he's getting thousands of views per average video. Like that's horrible for someone with 4 million subscribers.
He started too the V Friends thing, which I knew in my head. I'm like, this is gonna fail. The NFT thing he did, but he's so rich that he can fail. But no one wants a stupid patient porpoise. Like no one can. Like he's got all these animals and he calls it like patient porpoise, empathy. He names all these animals after traits and it's pretty stupid, but his hardcore followers buy the crap, but it's never gonna be what he wants, like as big as Disney or anything like that. As good as he is, it's never, the idea is just bad. And
he's a very good motivational speaker. I keep getting recommended his stuff on TikTok, and the guy knows how to talk. So
he was a cool boss. I mean, I worked for him for a year and a half before I started my own business. He's actually the one who couldn't convince me to start my own business. He kind of pushed me out. It was just dude, you got to go on your own, man. You're getting old. You should just go on your own. Told me to follow my dream, which I did. But it was a scary risk. I was afraid to do it, but I did it. And he's a really cool guy, but he does flip-flop on his opinions. He talks out of his butt sometimes because he's so passionate that it's bro, you just said the opposite 10 minutes ago. But that's just Gary. He's like that. And he doesn't even run his agencies. He's got real people from agencies people like me that run his departments, and he's just making content all day for his personal.
That's another thing though. That goes back to that's controversial because if I was telling you how to make good content, but I'm paying BFAB to make my content, that's just dumb.
Yeah, he's like that. I mean, that's why he used to bust his chops when he would say something to me. It's bro, I have 7 Effie awards. You were working at your dad's liquor store. Chill out. I know what I'm doing, bro. But because he would always critique me and bust my chops. But he's like that with everybody, and he's a nice guy. But
I think there's a difference though. I know what you were bringing up about if you're telling somebody something and then I'm making your content, right? I kind of do the same thing sometimes. I talk to a lot of bigger YouTubers that know what they're doing. And even though I might not take their feedback, I kind of relay it to other people so they do better,
Yeah.
Gary Vee, he's big about the youth and telling people not to go to college and follow your dreams, but not everyone is good at making content. That's what he doesn't understand. Some people are going to just fail because they're not good at making content.
Making content though is like I hate to say this, but making content is very, like, I guess hypocritical in a way, because if I mean, like, for instance, BFAB's videos, BFAB goes after like reviews, or like, you know, like what he was saying, like they should just quit Bionicle and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. Like that I'll never reach that level, because he's pretty much targeting someone. The targeting someone that I'm doing versus like the castle views, like I am really amped to see how much growth I get channel wise once I switch to Star Wars, because Star Wars does have that huge following.
Yeah, it's got a yeah.
And
It's all about the niche, dude. The riches are in the niches, they say. So if you focus
Oh,
on
100% though. Like once you start making Star Wars content, you're gonna like blow up easily, you know?
one of the things that I've been trying to do, and I don't know if I should, but I've done it once and I'm about to do it again tomorrow, is since I've not made any videos in the castle, I'm like sending out the last video. Like I'm reposting it in groups to go watch it.
I just realized that you're building the botanicals.
Do what?
I just realized you're building the botanicals. I didn't know what you were building. The flowers.
Yeah, it's my wife likes the bouquets, but she didn't want to build this one.
Are those petals like the clamshells or whatever, like the big yellow ones?
I don't know. I've never seen. They're not clamshells because they're soft. I've never seen. I mean, smooth. I've never seen them before.
Oh, so that's my question. Do they put like new parts in those? They must.
This right here, though, is what was insane to me. Like, I kind of geeked out a little bit. Do you see all these colored things?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's what I'm asking. It looks like they put some new parts
in. Pirate hats.
That's dope. Yeah, like, they must use interesting parts for those sets.
Yeah, whoever designs this stuff is like flawless.
The botanicals must be doing good too, because like all the off-brand companies in Asia are making tons of botanical sets, so they must be selling.
Oh yeah, they sell really well. Botanical stuff. It's reached such a wide audience, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Lego has what, 7, 8 botanical sets now.
They keep making them too.
Something like that.
The orchids, the original bouquet, this bouquet,
birds of paradise. They think a bird of paradise plant.
Yeah. The lilies,
I think they made more than 7, dude. Honestly, I mean, I don't know for a fact, but I think they have, man. It's like a wave now. They have like a theme.
I've lost track.
I don't know.
I was just curious. I didn't know what you were building, and like I always wondered about those sets because they must have interesting parts or new parts.
Oh, they do. Like whoever designs these things are like, these flowers are crowns. They're just colored crowns.
Like those big leaves, I've never seen those before until botanicals. Those big green leaves.
Yeah. Well, those are the old school. These are old school pirate leaves.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's the bird of paradise plant that has those huge leaves that are like the big ones. Those
yeah, I didn't. That's the only one I haven't bought. I don't like that one. I feel like it's very expensive just to be pretty much putting a big green leaf.
I used to have a real one of those in my house because I have real high ceilings in my loft, and dude, it got like 14 feet tall. I was shocked how big this. It took like 8 years, but those plants get huge. The leaves on them was like as big as my torso, and I had to get rid of it. It got way too big, man. Like in real life, those plants are huge. Birds of paradise, they get so big.
I have no idea anything about plants other than my wife loves sunflowers, so.
Boys, I hate to do this, but I have to head out. I have to quickly go to a store, and then I have to go to bed. We have work soon, so.
Yeah, I'm about to bounce soon. I'm about to go get on the Call of Duty and wreck some people's nights.
Hey.
Have they made?
But I'm gonna head out, boys. It was nice chatting with you, Sidious and Richard. Don't do drugs and take care.
Take it easy.
Later. Did they make a new Call of Duty game?
This is the one after Cold War, but I don't play well, it is multiplayer, but I don't play the game. Like, what I play is free. You could go download it and play it.
Yeah, you play like the arenas with other people, like not the storyline. I'm so lost in those games. I don't know when the last one came out.
I believe this was maybe Black Friday.
Like, is it still the most popular like first person shooter game?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't play games like that. This is the only game that I play.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm very competitive, but I don't play a lot of games, if that makes sense.
But it's funny too, because that all started like Nintendo 64, the GoldenEye James Bond game. Remember that? That's what like started this whole.
Well, so that's where. So, do you have an Xbox?
No, I used to have one. I don't have one anymore. I just have a Switch.
Xbox just released. They redid GoldenEye. It is just like the original game. It's just now for an Xbox controller, and it's
They didn't like upgrade the graphics or anything. They just left it the same.
Everything's the same. I mean, it plays smoother. Don't get me wrong. It's not as blocky, but it's exactly the same. The missions are the same. The characters are the same. The weapons are the same. Everything is the same. Like gameplay, it's just
a fun game.
More refined.
That was a fun game. That and Mario Kart, dude, where you could just go battle with people. Speaking of games, dude, I don't think this new 2K Lego game is going to do well. It's going to be on sale in a month. Mark my words.
I don't know anything. Like, is it a racing game that you can build your own car?
I don't know much about it. And 2K is a good studio. They are, but every Lego game, like, dude, who's talking about the Skywalker saga now? Like, no one talks about it anymore.
I bought that game and but see, the Lego games are very like, they're all really repetitive. Like, it's the same game.
The same they just reskin it. Yeah. They just reskin it to a theme. Yeah. Like, but it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't think this racing game is going to do as good as it is.
If there is a Lego game that has came out, though, I have beat it 100%, even Lego Worlds.
I'm going to play the Star Wars Lego game eventually. I just haven't done it.
I beat it. I beat it like, that was a first day buy for me. We went out and bought it, which is shitty because I didn't get the Blue Milk Luke. But that was like a first day buy for me, and I beat it pretty quick.
I'm the opposite. I have 2 Blue Milk Lukes, and I didn't buy the game. I bought it off some dude in eBay in Poland, man.
Send me one of those.
I got lucky.
I need a Luke.
Well, I got to find one of them the pieces. I did open both of them, but one of them I used parts for a mock, but I took the mock apart. Macro wants one too. He's looking for one. And he's like, I just want the face. I'm like, why do you just want the face? Why don't you want the whole figure? Like, if you're just going to use the face, you might as well just get the whole figure and use the parts somewhere else. Like, but to each their own. He's like, no, I just want the head.
Well, I'm gonna talk to you on Instagram. I'm about to head out too.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. Peace,
right,
everybody. Thanks for watching. Come back and see us next Wednesday.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.